Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Welcome inside the Dickinson High School Gymnasium for more WDA hoops as Legacy in town in the Queen City to take on the Dickinson Mavericks, and we'll play a good old-fashioned WDA doubleheader on a Tuesday night here on the PSP Network. I'm Brock Widener, joining you on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pre-game show. They're your locally owned oil change headquarters, 25 years. Lundin's taking care of people. Local actually matters. Not to mention this oil change is stay in your car, drive-through oil change to be performed in 15 minutes or less. You can find them in Minot and in Bismarck. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, 15 minutes or less until opening festivities here tonight. A part of the doubleheader. We've got a lot to unpack before we jump in to Legacy versus Dickinson. So let's get those graphics on your screen right away. We'll talk about the polls. And starting out with the new girls poll on the right side of your screen. Minot remains the number one again, 16-0, 19 first place votes. The big mover, Davies, they go from 5 to 2, 13-2 on the season are the Eagles. Century drops a spot to number 3. Horace and Mandan also drop a spot respectively, down to 4 and 5. And newly receiving votes this week, the Deacons of Shanley. So there you go. There's your top 5 plus 1 on the girls' side in the media poll. Now let's head on over to the AA girls standings. Minot, number 1 team in the land. They're number 1 in WDA. Mandan, Century, 2 and 3. And the Legacy Sabres, who we'll see tonight, slot in at number 4. Hot on their heels? Well, the team that just beat them, Jamestown, just not too last week, as well as Williston slotting in at 5 and 6. Bismarck right there at number 7, St. Mary's at 8, and then Minot North and Dickinson. Time is winding down tonight, about 4 or 5 final games to finish up inside of conference play. And, hey, things are definitely going to get interesting because you got Mandan and Century battling it for the 2 seed. You got Legacy, Wilson, Jamestown, Bismarck, St. Mary's in just a logjam right there between 4 through 8. So it'll be really interesting to see how this all plays out, but definitely excited. And over on the west or the east side, Horace and Fargo Davies tied for that top spot, 10-1 in the conference. West Fargo Cheyenne 9-2. Red River and Shanley, they're at 4 and 5. And it's West Fargo, Fargo North, Grand Forks Central, and Fargo South rounding out the standings in the East. Well, we're already taking a look there. There's a good shot of a couple of Sabres getting ready for tonight's matchup. Again, they slot in tonight 10 and 6, 7 and 6 inside the WDA. And for them, well, this is a team that has lost their last 2. They lost to Bismarck 49-62 and lost to Jamestown last Friday 54-61. Against Jamestown, though, Legacy had a better field goal percentage, 43-39%, but free throws just were kind of the name of the game in that one. The Legacy only shot 38%, Jamestown at 59%. Transition buckets in transition, Legacy played a better game in that standard, 16-0. They outscored the Blue Jays, but the second chance efforts were all Jamestown, 20-7. So those are a couple of stats that kind of maybe implicated where that game was heading, but regardless, for the Sabres, it was a close one, a 7-point loss. They look to try to rebound tonight here in Dickinson. Then they got Century later on this week, and then the week after, they finish off the year in the regular season against Mandan on the 20th, Williston on the 21st, and then they'll be out in Minot on the 24th. Well, the Dickinson Mavericks, well, they are 3-13 on the season after a win against Minot JV, 65-54. And in that matchup, I mean, it was just fun. Me and Nate Zachman watching this Dickinson team, play with smiles. They were playing free. They didn't have to. They weren't frustrated in that game, and it was nice to kind of see them lay a little loose and able to kind of see everything that has kind of paid off over the season. It's been one of those seasons where nothing's come easy, but it was kind of that rewarding kind of game and feeling there for them in that win 65-54 last week, and seeing if they can expand on it after finding some confidence, seeing if they can transition that into against Legacy here tonight. They got Mandan on the 13th, and Bismarck on the 17th, 20th against St. Mary's, and 24th against the Jamestown Blue Jays. Again, time is winding down before we get to postseason basketball. Well, let's take a break on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. When we come back, we're talking about players to watch, the starting five, and some others when we return on the PSP Network.
When disaster strikes, you need help fast. At ServePro, we're on the road within the hour, ready to restore what matters most. Our certified technicians arrive prepared, backed with decades of experience and advanced tools to handle any challenge. Inside, our team gets to work, quickly assessing the damage and getting straight to work. So you can breathe easy, knowing trained professionals are here when it matters most. Call ServePro in Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
Craving something real? Fuel your day with goodness that tastes as amazing as it feels. At Blissful Bee Juicery, we serve fresh, cold-pressed juice and smoothies, nature's best in every sip. Nourish yourself with our vibrant acai bowls with fresh fruit and granola, power bowls, protein balls, hummus, parfaits, and carrot cake. Blissful Bee Juicery. Pure, simple, blissful. Now in 2 locations on North and South Broadway.
Welcome back into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. It's time to start talking about key players tonight. We'll start it off with the visitors, the Legacy Sabres. And hey, why not? Let's start it off with our spotlight player to watch tonight. It is Marley Falcon. There she is, putting in a layup there as Marley Falcon, the junior, 21 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 51 three-pointers, 62 free throws, 20 steals, 22 blocks, and 34 points is her season high against Grand Forks Red River. Well, joining her as some players to watch tonight, well, again, Falcon there averaging around 20 points, keeping with her, though, for a second, 23 points in her last game, 5 3-pointers against Jamestown. But against Dickinson, she was relatively held in check for her standards when Jenna Nelson was guarding her. 6 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. And you say, well, hey, that's a pretty good game. But again, she's one of those players that doesn't need to just score to get into to change the factor of a game, and that's what makes Marley Falcon kind of a special player. Almost gets a double-double against Dickinson, and 4 blocks, 2 steals last time out, and makes a big-time impact. And then, again, 20, she can do it there, kind of the 6-8 and a couple steals, couple blocks, or she can put up 23 points against you. You choose your poison, but Marley Falcon definitely makes an impact either way. Well, going to be joining her in that kind of projected starting lineup tonight. Well, it's Maya Heeb, averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds per game, 7 blocks, around 5 points against Jamestown last week, but against Dickinson played very strongly, 17 points, 8 rebounds against the Mavericks last time out. Then you got to keep an eye out on the Watsons, Sammy and Gracie. Sammy 9 points, 5 rebounds per game. Gracie Watson around 6 points, 6 rebounds per game. Both was in around single digit scoring against Jamestown. Ava Lucas will be another name you'll probably hear quite often. 7 points per game, almost 5 assists per game as well. Picked 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals last week against the Jamestown Blue Jays. Key notables coming off the bench, Addie Dede. We'll see her at points, as well as Marissa Merkel, a couple of key players that come off there for the Sabres. Now let's transition on over for the home team. As our X-Factor player to watch tonight, well, she is sitting on the bench waiting for her number to call. There she goes, just shooting up. She'll stand up there. Emily Dutke, number 5 right there in the center. And she is on quite the tear recently. 9 straight games where she has hit 2 or more three-pointers. And in that span, she's had 2 6-3-pointer games, so she is feeling it from downtown. Season high of 22 versus Wilson in that last 9-game span, and last week at 14 points and 3 3-pointers. You'll hear Jenna Nelson. She's going to be key defensively going up against Marley Falcon tonight. Claire Rodakowski leads the team in rebounds. And then Abby Prowse, who battled a little bit of an injury bug a couple weeks ago, played really solid with 13 points against Minot. Look to see if she can get that 3-ball going. And then Allie Stevenson, the phenomenal freshman, more likely to be in that starting lineup tonight. So those are your key players there in the starting lineup, projected starting lineup. And then Fisher, Zastapol will be a key, and Evie Halverson there off the bench. Let's head on over to tonight's national anthem. That was tonight's national anthem here on the PSP Network. But before we get ready, hey, postseason time on PSP. The passes are on sale now. Single day passes, $20. Full tournament, $35 for a tournament of your choice. Or you can get every single 15 of the tournaments for $74.99. Again, that's on PSP Plus. You can head on over to www.psp.network to get your pass. And speaking of the passes, hey, we've got a PSP Plus giveaway. Make sure you get it done as game day done right. Make sure you follow us at PSP Network, like the post, tag 2 friends on social media, and you get even a bonus entry if you already purchased your Premier Pass. And again, hey, we've got a good giveaway, 55-inch Amazon Fire TV, a Premier Pass, and a Galactic Pizza from Planet Pizza. Well, starting lineup for DHS. This is something that they have started, maybe a new tradition for these Mavericks that they started last Friday. And hey, I would say it is pretty cool, bringing out all of the stops. As here's Claire Rodakowski, the team leader in rebounds for her. Jenna Nelson, the lone senior on the team. There's Emily Dupke, our spotlight player to watch, leads the team in 3-pointers. Allie Stevenson, the freshman that's really started to come a long ways here. And then Abby Prowse, another sharpshooter for DHS. That's your starting lineup for the Mavericks. Head coached by Terrence Lockett in his 2nd season. And now we head on over and let's meet the starting Legacy Sabres. As starting out for them, looks like it will be Addie Dede at the guard. She'll be joined by Gracie Watson, Marley Falcon, Marissa Merkel, and in that final spot here looks like Sammy Watson. So Dede, Merkel, Marley Falcon, and the Watsons, Sammy and Gracie. Legacy in their black uniforms, gold trimming, gold numbers. They'll move left to right. and Dickinson in their white and Longhorn orange. They'll go right to left. Quickly getting it is Watson down low. Watson pitches it out to Merkel, high off the glass, and picked up there by Abby Prowse. Something that Dickinson was working with was having Nelson be the ball carrier, but during that against the JV game of Minot. But it looks like they'll start it off with Prowse being the ball carrier. Poked away and stolen by Sammy Watson. Nelson wins back the race and pokes it loose. Again, Nelson's going to be key defensively in this game. So keep an eye on her. As looks like we'll have a little bit of scoreboard issues again. We had that same thing against Minot JV to start, and then later on it ended up working at the timeout break, so we'll give it a second. Shift it over to Sammy Watson, down low, pivoting it around. Gracie Watson off the glass, brought down by Sammy. The Watsons doing their job in the paint. It's Merkel that will bail him out, plays it out. Falcon for three, off the rim, it rattles. Another offensive rebound. Hey, why not? Let's try it again. Falcon in and out, hauled down by Watson with two hands. Watson looked like a reverse layup, instead will dump it down low, and Sammy Watson gets the bucket. As 2-0 in favor of Legacy to start. It's a good start there for Legacy, at least on the offensive boards. And here's a little in and out pop there for Prowse. Falcon gets a screen, stops at the right elbow, tries to kind of toss one forward, not able to do so. Stevenson driving hard, off the glass and in. Allie Stevenson for two. Okay, that's what I've liked a lot from her game. Continuing to get more and more comfortable as a freshman in that starting lineup in varsity setting. As here comes a long shot, a little baseline jumper for Addie. Didi cashes in. Stevenson lobs it up to Prowse. We'll put this off for you, but it's a 4-2 Sabres. Here comes Emily Dutke off the rim, hauled down both hands by Falcon. 15:38 remaining here in the first. Merkel pitches it out to Watson. Three, brushes off the rim. Played back out to Sammy Watson from Gracie, trying to find a lane. It's blocked away from behind by Rodakowski. Nelson, bounce pass in transition. Stevenson blocked from behind by Marissa Merkel. So Merkel swats that one as Didi plays the Falcon back to Didi as they'll cross mid-court. Falcon plays it to Gracie Watson at the top. Back to Falcon, it goes at the left wing. Driving pivot, and it drops in for Marley Falcon as the Sabres up 6-2 from behind. Taken away is Merkel. They'll lob it up. Watson with a nice little scoop layup for two. Gracie Watson gets in on the fun. Now she'll try to get a steal. Kept away there by Stevenson, 8-2 with 14:36 remaining. A timeout to be taken by Dickinson, and we will take one with them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right here. PSP 14:36 remaining. Sabres lead 8-2.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
welcome back in 8-2 and a quick bucket. Looks like we got the scoreboard back here as we'll try to get that on for you. There we go. As driving in. Floating it up is Stevenson, right wing. Brushes off the rim and out of play it goes. (10-2) Sabres. 14-11 remaining here in the first quarter. Three-point try, in and out. As 10-2. 13:58 remaining after a solid start here for Legacy. Just getting offensive rebounds has been the name of their game here to start. And it's working out to perfection there for them. Gracie Watson leading the way with 4 points. Zastapol brushes it off. Intercepted. Taken away. They'll work it up to Lucas. Left hand. The layup is good for Ava Lucas. Prowse. Bounce pass to Stevenson. Stevenson breaks the pressure. Works to her left. Over to Claire Rodakowski. Rodakowski trying to get that one around, and it'll be staying 12-2 with 13:22 remaining. Here comes Falcon. NBA range three off the rim. She'll try to dash for it, but will not be able to get there in time with 13:16 to go. 13:16 to go, 10-point game for the Sabres. And Dickinson seeing if they can find some momentum. As taken away, right back again. Lucas driving. Bounce pass. Almost taken away. They'll play it back out. Lucas, corner three. Skips off the iron into the hands of Falcon. Trying to play it down low. Well defended by Rodakowski. Quick pass. Didi for three. Hauled in by Prowse. Prowse pushes it up to Emily Dutke. Over to Prowse. Deep left wing three. Off the iron, hauled in by Ava Lucas. Lucas, since checking in, has made an impact. Loosely out to Didi. Short off the rim. Rodakowski fighting it off with Heeb, and will peel it back for Dickinson. That's what you want to see there from Rodakowski. For the top rebounders, not letting Legacy get that ball. Setting it up. Prowse finding a lane. Change of speed, and she is fouled. Fouled on the play by Addie Didi. 12-2, Legacy leads. 12:15 remaining. As Abby Prowse can't quite get that first one to go. Prowse is sharpshooter, and if you're a Legacy fan, you might know her maybe from last year when she had 9 3-pointers, a school record against Legacy last year. This season, her and Emily Dutke have found the mark again from behind the arc. She'll get that first one. A second, or get her first on that second attempt and bring it down to a 9-point gap. Pump fake by Sammy Watson. Pump fake off the glass, hauled in by Tatum Fisher. Hands it off to Prowse. Prowse goes off a Halverson screen. Now we'll try to zigzag back. Picks up another Halverson screen. Now whips it out to Dutke. Settles in at the free throw line. Over to Halverson at the low block. Spins around, pivoting it around, and she will be called on a travel. Travel on Dickinson as Halverson seeing if she can try to get that paint, playing the paint to work. Just cannot quite bury that pivot foot. Moving it around there. The quick little pop shot for Maya Heeb, and she's in the score sheet. 6 different Sabres have already captured a bucket. Only one has captured 2. So round scoring for the visitors. Halverson, another travel before she was able to take a dribble, ends up kind of backing up, and that's going to be a call to travel there, and she'll send the ball over to the referee. They'll have it inbounded with Marley Falcon, the exciting 6'2" junior, averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds per game. He lobs it up to Falcon, and she draws the foul on Nelson. Again, these two have had quite the battle earlier on this year in the capital city. Nelson held Falcon in check. Falcon averaging usually 21 points per game. Well, we had 6 against Dickinson last time out. She's already got half of that here in the first half. 3 points in the first 7 minutes of play. He will check out, checking in Marissa Merkel. As Merkel. First Falcon, will end up going 2 for 2. And it's rebounded by Watson. Quickly whipping it out. Merkel, 3 off the front of the iron. Winning the race to it is Didi. Didi looking down low and set will play it to the top of the mountain to Sammy Watson. Now handing it over. Merkel down low. Falcon fakes the in, goes to the outside. Hard off the glass. Brought down both hands by Watson. She'll race around the outside. Falcon it goes to. Right wing 3. Count it for Marley Falcon. Marley Falcon's already got more points tonight in the first 8 minutes than she did in the first meeting between these two teams. Loose ball. Prowse had the best angle at it. She'll corral it. Picking up a screen from Halverson. She'll hit the Jets. Abby Prowse rolls in for Prowse. An end one for Abby. She's got 3 of the 5 points. She's looking for another shot at the free throw line. 1 for 2 there today. Prowse got that right foot right on there. That one another in and out. Brought down by Halverson, and it's jarred away there by Sammy Watson. Halverson tried to go up strong, but was poked loose. Pump fake and drive for Gracie Watson. Lets it out to Merkel. Floater not going to go. Out to DD at the left wing. Penny off to Watson. Miscommunication, but Falcon should win the race there. Pressured by Nelson, and she does. DD flips it out. Sammy Watson pressured by Zastapel. Quick pass down low. Watson works to the right. Block poked away. Falcon wide open. Right wing 3. She's got another. Marley Falcon already in double digits tonight. Big time players make big time performances. 22-5 Legacy leads. Halverson looking for a 3 for the Mavericks. Right back, and they got it. A.V. Halverson buries the 3. Big time shot there for Halverson. She was held off the score sheet on Friday. Big for her to get a shot right away here tonight. Little reverse layup try for Watson. Not going to go, and Falcon picks it up out of play. As her foot was out of bounds, they'll whistle that. Dickinson basketball. Maya Heeb. Kenna Westy checking into the contest, as well as Ava Lucas for the Sabres. And it's Didi taken away with the backcourt, frontcourt pressure, handed off to Falcon for the floater, and just like that, she's got a dozen. Again, that press pays dividends for Legacy on that first look. Fisher plays it to Stevenson at the left wing, goes away from a Halverson screen, now picks up her dribble. She's pressured by Didi, hands it off to Fisher. Fisher, little zigzag, sees a spot open up, draws the foul, and the freshman guard going to the line for 2. Dickinson trails 8-24, 8:21 remaining here in the first half. Fisher's first one brushes through. Score update, Century defeats Minot North 91-64, and Fisher goes 2 for 2 at the ServePro free throw line. 24-10. Sabres up by a pair of touchdowns. Marley Falcon, that's been her spot at the right wing. Not able to get the shot off at this time. Hebe works to her left. Bounce pass back to Falcon. Thought about the left wing three instead. They find a wide open Hebe down low, but cannot get the wide open look. Good extra pass, and then they made a good shot, a great look there for Legacy. Just could not cash in on the points. Stevenson hits the brakes, backdoor cut, and there's the shot to fall for Leah Zastapol. Cutting the gap to half. Didi shuffling, looking down low, not going to quite get it to Hebe there. Instead, will hand it off Lucas. Lucas pass for Falcon, tipped away, and they'll say actually last touched by Legacy. As the Mavericks finding some momentum here at the middle portion of the first half. Also, just to note, bench boss tonight, it's Reggie Fields, the assistant coach for Dickinson, taking on kind of the interim head coach honor here tonight with Terrence Lockett out as Jenna Nelson hands it off to Halverson, trying to pivot around and slides that right pivot foot again for a travel, and they'll bring in Emily Dutke. They've been trying to find that post play for Dickinson, just has not quite worked for them just yet. As Watson fakes to her left, drives to her right, it skips off the rim and in for Gracie Watson. She's got 6. Now she's going to try to help Falcon come away with a steal, and she does. Tried a quick pass to Lucas, intercepted by Rodakowski, and then stolen right back by Lucas. Lobs it one side of the court to the other, in and out for Falcon. Loose ball, 2 Mavericks, 1 Sabre, wrestle for it, and it's a jump. A 14-point game favoring the visitors out of the capital city. Stevenson feeling some pressure. And Fields is forced to take a timeout, and we will take one with them. Brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Legacy leads 26-12.
Sometimes life gets messy, and accidents happen. Some days, even your best intentions turn into unexpected disasters. Other days, a little guesswork leads to a lot of cleanup. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Timeout brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. We've got locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com as Jenna Nelson hits the gas pedal to start right out of the timeout break. They'll flip it out to Dutke. Dutke pivoting around, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Almost taken away, and they will say it was by Lucas, and a foul on the Mavericks that ensued. They'll take that one on Allie Stevenson, her first, Mavericks second. And knock on wood, what's been a clean first half. Sabres at 14 fouls, Mavericks at 2. There's a final score there. Drake Animus defeats Bishop Ryan to get into the District 6 tournament. That was a play-in game. Was able to see Bishop Ryan here in Dickinson against Trinity this past weekend. They were leading there halfway through that game, but it looks like Drake Animus came back to pick up the win and punch their ticket there to the District 6 tournament, which we'll have right here or on our PSP Plus. Make sure you get the postseason pass for that. One of 15 tournaments we'll have covered, Jev. Lots of great deals and packages. Even a fun giveaway on our social media. Go and check that out on PSP Network on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. As Fisher Pressure there by Watson. Gets it out to Prowse. 10 seconds was getting close, so good job of just quickly getting it to Stevenson. Dudke, extra pass, Rodakowski, but well defended by Lucas, who jumps the route, and here they come running the other end. Merkel to Lucas. Watson back to Lucas, and denied by Rodakowski. Now we're going run and gun back and forth. Fisher, corner three, skips off the rim, hauled down by Falcon. Dudke called on the foul on the way down. Both teams now at 4 team fouls. That's her first. As 26-12 Sabres lead. And these two teams played each other earlier in the year. It was Legacy winning it 71-26. As driving over to the right is Hebe, and she's grabbed on the arm. Don't count the bucket. It was in the act of shoot at Dube. What? I don't want to see what they call here. If they called that a three-point play, nothing on the scoreboard. And yeah, shooting 2. So Hebe, first one, good. First one for Hebe falls through. Hebe's got 3 points for the junior, averaging 9 a game, and now she'll go 2 for 2 at the line. Legacy's got some subs. They'll bring back Addie Dede and Gracie Watson. They'll take out Sammy Watson and Ava Lucas to take a breather for the Sabres, up by 16, 28-12. Will bounce pass. They'll lob it up to Emily Dudke right there at the Maverick logo at midcourt. Low dribble, picks up a screen from Zastapol. At the low block, up and over the rim, into the hands of Falcon. Falcon crosses over at midcourt. Finding Merkel. Now they'll go around right to left, back to Falcon. Came off an off-ball screen, and she buries the 3 for Marley Falcon. A big first half for her. That continues, and gifted one on a silver platter. Ball jumps right in front of her. Marissa Merkel with her first bucket. Her teammates jar the ball loose. She lays it in for 2. 33-12. Emily Dudke drives in, swatted away by Falcon. Doing it on both ends. Merkel pushes it up to her at the left wing. Why not? Let's see another one. Skips off the rim. Ball down by Dede. Hands it off to Watson, who is cutting back door. Can't quite get the roll. Falcon cleans it up for 2. Marley Falcon, 17 points in the first half. For the junior, averaging 21 a game. She had 23 last Friday against Jamestown. Had 5 3-pointers. Well, tonight still has it dialed in from behind the arc with 3 in the first half. Prowse. Just step up, fire a 3. Hard off the back of the rim, hauled down by Merkel. She'll play one overhead into the hands of Lucas to set it up for the Legacy. Legacy, she'll shift it over to her right. He double teamed. Dudke helping try to force some pressure here for the Mavericks, and Rodakowski gets into Merkel for the foul. Rodakowski's second, team 6th. So one more Maverick foul will send Legacy into bonus with 3:36 remaining. As Lucas sends it into Merkel. Extra pass. Thought about the 3 there for Dede. She'll pass on it. Falcon, though, she won't pass on the 3. Won't go this time around. Loose ball. Nelson rolling around. Gets it out to Prowse. Numbers are even. A 3-on-3 break. Prowse try the behind the back, and she loses possession. Lucas whips it out to Merkel. Floater on the way. Skips off the iron and out of play. Last touched by the Sabres. It's Dickinson basketball with 3:12 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC National Bank with locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Providing you with banking and wealth management services for business and family. BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. And there's one from downtown for Jenna Nelson. Bringing it within 20. Just under 3 minutes before the Charbonneau Car Center intermission show. Lucas finding Dede in the near corner. Bounce pass back. Whipping it across. Extra pass from Merkel to Lucas. Down low to Falcon. Back to Merkel. She'll let it fly. Can't quite get it to go. Falcon battling Zastapol for the rebound. See, that was Heeb down low. Battling for the rebound. It's a jump ball. And she'll help keep the possession in favor of the Sabres. Lucas looks for her left, back to her right, now up to the top of the key to Heeb. She'll play it. A little too hot and heavy to handle there for Watson. But right place, right time. Lucas to help her out. Nice find down low to Watson on the low block. Swings it to Didi. Firing a three into the hands of the Maverick. Zastapol. Aaliyah Zastapol will swerve in and out until she gets to midcourt. Fisher driving hard to her left. Nice spin move by Fisher. Up and over the rim it goes as the freshman then plays it off a Legacy Sabre as it hits out of bounds. Try to keep it in as well. Good effort all around for Fisher. Now she'll have the inbounding honors. Finds Nelson wide open. That's where roughly where she hit her last three. Can't quite get it to go on the second go. Lucas. Down to Watson. Quick passes. Opens up top of the key to Lucas. Ball fake. Driving in. Dumps it down to Heeb. Off the glass. And a foul on the ground. I think they're going to keg that one on Evie Halverson. Or no, excuse me. They'll call that one on Fisher. Halverson was also on in the area. And that will send Sammy Watson, the 5'9 junior, averaging 9 points per game for Sabres on a bonus. It's a 1-and-1. Got to make the first one to shoot the second. And Sammy Watson does just that. She's got 3 points tonight. Shooting around for the charity stripe, around 54% on the season. She can't quite get that second one to go. So that's 54%, staying roughly around that same area. Shoot 50% that trip. Prowse on attack mode, draws another foul. She's headed for her third trip to the line tonight. She's been trying to play aggressive. Ball goes in her hand, seeing if she can just drive hard, get some contact. 36-15. Prowse off the rim. Abby Prowse, 1 for 4 at the charity stripe here tonight. Off the back iron, and this one drops in. Gets the friendly drop to go. She's got 4 points as the Mavericks back within 20, 36-16. Head fake for Watson. She'll sling it one-handedly on over to Didi, who gets hit from behind and back to the one-on-one bonus. Both teams into bonus. Here the last 128. As Didi can't quite get that first one on the bonus free throw, so it's Mavericks taking possession, seeing if they can get a late bucket here in the final 2 minutes before halftime. Dupke can't get the three-pointer to connect. Didi slicing through. Nice find from Watson to Lucas. An extra pass and a made bucket for Maya Heeb. Excellent ball movement for Legacy as Dudke going to go coast to coast, draws the foul on Sammy Watson. Again, Emily Dudke was our player to watch tonight. She has been on quite the heater in the last 9 games. She's hit 2 or more three-pointers in each of the games in those 9-game stretch. Has not hit one though yet tonight. And in that last 9-game stretch, has hit 6 three-pointers in a game twice. Just has not had the attempts from behind the arc to go with him tonight. She'll go 1 for 2 as they'll check in Haley Mervick for the first time. Here in the last minute of the first half, Haley Mervick, the 5'7" senior, averaging a point per game. She'll settle in at the right wing as having some clock issues here. Legacy going to try to take advantage of that issue. Kept on a little bit of a horn or siren that kept on going off. As we have the time, a big thanks out to Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other place to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. You can call Dylan today at 222-2155. Also, big thanks out to BSN. Oh, looks like there might have been a tech for Legacy. Because we've got, didn't see what that was. Didn't see where that was, what that was, as Dudke makes the first tech free throw, but not the second one. And if it is a tech, then it should be Dickinson basketball, I would believe. But didn't see a tech signer at all. All you heard was 2 horn buzzers. A little bit of confusion, and ref kind of went over, grabbed Dudke, and they shot 2 free throws, and now we're having Dickinson basketball. It's a little bit of a swing here for Dickinson, getting some free throws to fall for him. And now see if they come up with a big bucket here in the last 57 seconds. As referee going to have a little chat there with Legacy's head coach and laugh about it as Dudke fires a 3 off the rim. She's trying to get back to it, but she was well boxed out by Kenna Westy. And that's what you want to see if you're on a Legacy coaching staff. Player off the bench, boxing out like that. No way Dudke could get around her. They'll feed it down low to Falcon. Pump fake, put it off the glass and in. Marley Falcon's got 19 in the first half of the Sabres lead 40-18. Dudke plays it down low to Nelson, hands it off to Prouse. Step back, not going to fire the shot, hands it off to Nelson, driving in, forces the foul on Ava Lucas. And we are in bonus. So Nelson heads back to the charity stripe. This is Nelson's first trip. And she makes the first one, swishes it through, making it look easy. Had 8 points against Minot JV on Friday. She's got already 4 at the first half here tonight. Off the back of the rim, well rebounded both hands by Heeb. 10 seconds. Assume Legacy gonna hold for this last shot. Heeb looking down low. Nice find, 3-point look for Kenna Westy, and she drills it to close out the first half with a Westy 3-pointer. Legacy extends their lead 43-19 as we head into the Charbonneau Car Center intermission show when we return here on the PSP Network.
We started with small beginnings, and just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. PNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Bring it.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
Welcome in for the Charbonneau Car Center intermission show. As at Charbonneau Car Center, they own drivers in Dickinson, New England, Richmond, Belfield, Wilson, North Dakota, Glendive, Montana. Work hard, play hard, need a car that keep up. That's why they choose to offer Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram lineup at their dealership in Dickinson. If you're interested in learning more, stop into their showroom and treat yourself to a test drive. You can visit online at charbonneaumotors.com. Well, Legacy Sabres lead 43-19 here in the first half. And those just started off with some aggressive defense, picking up some steals, turning into some steals and some scores. And it was a big-time first half for none other than Marley Falcon. As there's a nice shot there of the band here in Dickinson, getting everyone ready for the second half of action. Well, let's run it over to game highlights as we are talking about this one. The game highlights brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. But for Legacy, led by Marley Falcon this season, and they are, she is having quite the start to this game. 19 points, 3 3-pointers, perfect at the charity stripe, 2 for 2. And again, playing big on both sides of the basketball court. It's Gracie Watson's got 6, and it's just round scoring for this team tonight. Kenna Westy, she's got 3 points and a 3-pointer. Sammy Watson's got 3, 2 for Marissa Merkel, 2 for Ava Lucas. Maya Heeb's got 6, and Addison Dede's got 2. And, just again, it's that depth of scoring for this team. 8 different scores for Legacy in the first half, and that is what's helped them jump out to a 43-19 lead at the Charbonneau Car Center intermission. Well, for Dickinson, Jenna Nelson's got 4, Tatum Fisher, Aaliyah Zastable, Emily Dutke, Allie Stevenson all got 2, Abby Prowse has got 4, and Evie Halverson ends the first half with 3 points. So there you go. Those are your scoring roundup here in the first half of play. Now let's go and take a look over on scores across the great state. Again, we saw Century pick up a 91-64 win against Minot North. Mandan and Williston in quite the nail-biter, 75-74. That Williston team and Williston and Jamestown, kind of like those dark horses. They're starting to make a little bit of problems for some of those teams in the top half. Mandan, see if they can hold on. We'll keep you updated on that one. Other WDA final results. Bismarck defeats St. Mary's 55-50. And Jamestown Minot, no final score on that. But let's take a look again. That's where they're standing right now. Williston right now sitting at the 5 seed, going toe-to-toe with Mandan. Good games all around, though, and should maybe a little bit more shaking around the standings here later on tonight. Well, again, we have got some big postseason matchups. They're coming your way on PSP Plus. Make sure you go and get your passes. They're on sale now. Single day, $19.99. You get a full tournament of your choice for $35, or a Premier Pass, where you get all 15 tournaments at your fingertips, $74.99. You can't go wrong with any of those incredible passes. And again, PSP Plus giveaway. Hey, it's game day, and it's done right. Enter to win on our social medias. Make sure you follow us at PSP Network, like the post, tag 2 friends. And again, you get some bonus entries as well if you already purchase a Premier Pass. Hey, the giveaway, 55-inch Amazon Fire TV. You get a Premier Pass to go on top of it. And, of course, the Galactic Pizza from Planet Pizza. So can't go wrong. A great giveaway. Make sure you get in on it on the PSP Network socials. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're transitioning back to gameplay, second half when we return.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Welcome back in for the second half as Legacy leads 43-19 against the Dickinson Mavericks here in the girls' game. Again, after this one goes conclusion, we'll wrap things up and get ready for the boys' contest. Another doubleheader here tonight as Stevenson off the window and in for Allie Stevenson. Stevenson, the freshman, nice find there, handing it off. Gracie Watson, Boltwood passes one down from Gracie to Sammy. Watson can't get the finish. Dickinson on the other end. Emily Dutke off the roll. Rodakowski blocked away by Marley Falcon. Oh man, we're getting like it's hockey. End-to-end action. And there's the layup for Sammy Watson. She's got 5 points. And Jenna Nelson drawing a foul. 45-21 Sabres. As Abby Prowse, the inbounder. She played to the lone senior on this Mavericks squad. Jenna Nelson, and she's pickpocketed away by the freshman Gracie Watson. Hits the brakes, waits for some more Sabres to join the action. Flips it out. Here comes Sammy Watson. Lays it up and in for 2. Sammy Watson with a strong start here to the second quarter, second half, and now she'll steal it away and she'll lay it back in. A quick steal and score on the other end for Gracie Watson. The Watsons all over the stat sheet here in this one, but Stevenson starting to carve her way into the stat sheet with 2 early Maverick buckets here in the second half. Pump fake by Watson. Hits the brakes at the left wing, dumps it down to Falcon. She'll just get out of the paint and just fire a 3 off the back of the rim. Watson hauls it down. Watson at the right elbow. Watson to Watson. Pivoting it around is Gracie. Up and under. Well defended by Emily Dutke. Hauled in by Rodakowski. Stevenson's got all 4 points in the second half for DHS. She is trapped, and a jump ball forced by Marley Falcon from behind. You like to see that effort, however. Not giving up on that board. And that will be change the possession on over to Legacy. Merkel fakes it one way, plays it to Dede. Steps the foot behind the line, fires a 3, hauled in by Falcon, and she will be fouled on the arm. Marley Falcon going to the line to shoot 2. It's on Claire Rudakowski, her third on the day for the junior. Top rebounder on the season for Dickinson as Falcon swishes it in. Marley Falcon, she's got 20 points here in this one. Again, averaging around 21 a game. Her season high is 34, so still a ways to get there. We'll see that tonight. Falcon, 2 for 2. She's perfect at the charity stripe tonight. A perfect 4 for 4 as the Mavericks try to find a response after a couple of early buckets by Stevenson for them to start the half, seeing if they can continue trying to trade some early points with Legacy. Nelson flips it out to press, back to Nelson. They'll try to work it around the perimeter, right to left it goes. Stopped by Fisher. Fisher driving, switches to her right hand and draws the foul on Falcon. It's in a solid, nice little game here for Tatum Fisher as she's checked in. As she's checked in, she's been able to provide a little bit of a spark for this Maverick team. Way to switch that right hand, kind of get Falcon into an awkward position there. As Fisher nails the free throw. Now she's got back-to-back three-point games. Took 3 points on Friday. She's got 3 points tonight. Make it 4. She's a perfect 4 for 4 at the line. As the Mavericks trail 25-51, intercepted by Abby Prowse. She'll quickly dribble it up the court. Nelson, pump fake by Fisher. Fisher, nice chest pass to Dutke for 3. Swishes in for Emily Dutke. Well, she's got 9 straight games where she's hit 2 or more three-pointers. That's her first tonight. Needs 1 more to make it 10 straight multi-three-pointer games. Westy swings it to the right to Lucas. Drives to her right, hits the break at the low block. Cross-court pass to Westy. Bounce past Edie, inside to Falcon. Beautiful pass to Lucas for 2. Quick timeout after the Ava Lucas bucket. She's got 4. Timeout. Legacy will take one with them. 53-28 Sabres.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner for commercial and business loans. We not only provide lending you need to grow your business, but we also reinvest in our communities. We believe in strengthening our businesses and creating opportunities for success. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for your commercial and business loans, and together let's keep our communities thriving.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Timeout brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. As Legacy leads 53-28. They were the ones to call the timeout as Dickinson drives it down with Nelson. Lives it out to Dutke. Make sure she hits the break right before midcourt. Finding down low, Nelson picks up her dribble. Plays it to Zastapel. Pump fake and drive. Back to Dutke. Hey, why not? Here's a three-pointer left short. Sailing in is Fisher. Offensive rebound. Tries to flip it to Dutke, and it goes all the way out of play. Getting that spark by Tatum Fisher tonight. Making that play, getting the rebound, just could not quite get that pass to connect to Dutke, but it's a good thought process and a good opportunity there for Dickinson. Driving in hard to the right is Falcon. She travels on the play, well defended by Nelson. There you see in the top of your screen in the corner, Connor Rubidou and the Legacy Sabres. They are ready for tonight's matchup against the Dickinson Mavericks. Both teams, I believe, are receiving votes this week. in the media polls. So it should be a very entertaining and highly anticipated matchup coming our way after the conclusion of this one. Fisher to Nelson at the top. Overhead pass right to Dudke. Thought about the three and said will drive and forces a foul on Maya Heeb. That's something that we've seen a lot of, kind of from the boys and the girls, of the Dickinson sharpshooters, of, Prowse and Dudke and the girls, and then, Tristan Orton, Paxton Aleason in the boys' side of things, where they're so good at shooting at the three, where now they're kind of all of them kind of implementing the, hey, let's pump fake and drive, get them in the air. They're thinking you're going to shoot a three, and let's try to drive something in the paint. There you see it well for Emily Dudke. Capitalizes on a pair of free throws. Both of them are good on this trip. She's got 7 points tonight. At the charity stripe tonight, 4 for 6 at her attempts. As Sabres lead by 23. Lucas whips around a screen, turns around. Nice find to Maya Heeb, and one foul on Elia Zastapol. Heeb's got 8. The junior averaging around 9 points per game, shooting around 72% from the charity stripe on the season. And it'll be her first attempts there in this one. And that one swirls around and in for Maya Heeb. She's got 9, and here's a takeaway by Watson. Nice find, a steal, and a nice little assist for Gracie Watson to Sammy Watson. The Watson connection connects once more. The Watson started this one on fire in the second half. Defensive plays turning to offensive plays. That's continued. As Fisher draws the foul on Sammy Watson. The older of the two. Fisher want to see movement there. She'll quickly play it out to Stevenson on the inbound. Allie works to her left, starts driving. Little step back, put one up well short. Great boxing out by Lucas as Prowse was doing everything to try to get anywhere near that ball. Was not able to. Lucas flips it out. Here's the three-pointer for Westy. And Kenna Westy with her second three-pointer of the contest. She's got 6. Stevenson pushing it up. Nice find to Aaliyah Zastapol. 61-32. Nice find and a nice finish for Zastapol and the Mavericks. Holding it up high as Watson tried to lay it into the paint there to He, but poked away by Zastapol, getting it done on both ends. As Rodakowski comes in for Zastapol, Nelson comes in for Prowse. 61-32, 12:28 remaining. Fouls starting to add up a little bit quicker in this half than half number 1. 5 for the Legacy, 2 for Dickinson. As Lucas finds way around Halverson, her pass hits off of a Maverick right to Watson, trying to go up and in with it, but she'll be the last one to touch it as it goes out of play. Legacy still showing some pressure as Stevenson finding Nelson, loses it, but it goes over the head of a Sabre. She corrals and plays it over to Fisher. Makes the most of that opportunity there for Nelson. Fisher goes off of a Halverson screen, goes to her left, now to her right. Bounce pass back to Nelson, has a little bit of room, gonna let that one fly off the side of the rim. Hauled in by Stevenson. She pivots around, hears voices, so just kind of plays it blindly. And it does find its way to Rodakowski, and she'll reset back to Fisher. Fisher's pass goes low under the legs of Halverson in the hands of Watson. She'll push it up quickly to Heeb. She tracks it down, bounce pass to Lucas. She'll work into the paint, reverse layup for 2 for Ava Lucas. Ava Lucas has got 6 points on the night. Nelson hits the Jets. She's veered off into the near corner. Cross-court pass, set it up and shoot 'em for Claire Rodakowski. She points at Nelson. Great pass for the senior. Nice shot there for Rodakowski. They not known for her three-point shooting, but hey, she makes that one look easy as Lucas plays it down low. Watson Working on the baseline. She'll try her hand at a reverse layup. Goes right to the teammate, Aheeb, and she quickly pulls the trigger on the second chance attempt, and a foul on Halverson is called. That is Halverson's first, team third for Dickinson. As Maya Heeb swishes it in. Maya Heeb's got 10. Getting more and more boys players starting to work their way into the tunnels for both squads. A matchup that is highly anticipated. Two teams receiving votes in the last media poll. Should it be a barn burner later on tonight? As here's a three for Dutke. Cannot quite, a little too strong on that look. Falcon bounce past to Didi. Heeb rolls it out. Falcon wants a three. She gets enough separation for Nelson to fire one off the front iron and out. And another Dickinson foul as Merkel brought it down. Nelson got her on the arm. Oh, they're going to say Rodakowski, excuse me. And that's going to be Rodakowski's fourth, and they'll take her out of the precaution because of it. She'll check out. Checking in is Aaliyah Zastapol. And that's the fourth team foul for the Mavs. They'll dump it in to Falcon. Dribbles off the rim, not once, not twice, three times it in. And Falcon continues on an impressive day already. She's got 23. Stevenson, pressure, trying to pivot out of trouble. But the second got to pivot back in, was into more traffic. And I believe, I didn't see a call if that was a jump ball or a foul here. And the referee going to have a chat. Just heard the whistle, no sign. Both teams on the court going to take advantage. And Coach Reggie Fields wanting to take a timeout will take one with them. As the Sabres lead the Mavericks 66-35, 10:04 remaining. And there's the boys team chomping at the bit, ready to play here later on tonight in the Queen City.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Welcome back in here to the PSP Network. Big things out to Minot State. Best way to predict your future is create over 100 areas of study at Minot State. You learn the degree for your degree of your career's desire. More than 96% of Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. As Dutke, 1 second on the shot clock, lets it fly off course and out of play. It just nudged the tripod over there on our second shot, but everything's still looking good on our end. Watson, ball fake, blaze it over to Heeb. Working across, left to right. Pump fake, back to Falcon, nice find, baseline jumper for Heeb. Swirls in for Maya Heeb. Nice setup there for Falcon. Marley brought the points in the first half, and now she's making her impact with her vision, her court vision. Nice find there for an assist, 68-35. Stevenson trying to wiggle her way around Falcon, picks up her dribble, plays it up high to Halverson, and Falcon called on a little bit of a reach there. That's her second. As Dutke works to her left, fakes the backdoor cut, swirls around high off the backboard and off the rim. Brought down by Didi, looking to push tempo, getting it right to Watson. Extra pass, fended off well by Stevenson. Zastapol to Dutke. Swings it out. Stevenson, corner three. Left short. Zastapol trying to clean it up for two. Can on the first attempt. Blocked away from behind by Watson on the second go. Some good end-to-end action here in the second half. But Dickinson could not get that second chance effort. Falcon brings in the defense, plays it out to Heeb, and she's going back to the line. Heeb's first one on this trip, just a bit too strong. And score update, Bismarck defeats St. Mary's 55-50. So a big win there for the Demons. As Heeb going to go 0 for 2 this trip, but it's offensive rebound for Falcon. Can't get the first look, but will get the second. As relentless effort tonight for Falcon and the Sabres. And now Falcon right on cue comes away with a steal. Into the corner, Ava Lucas for three, count it. Lucas has got 9. Little ball fake there by Prowse. Works down low to Halverson. That's a look that they've been looking for all night, and that's what they find. Halverson with the left hand finish. 73-37, the reverse score on the board with 7:25 remaining. In the corner, Lucas one side of the court to the other, wasting no time. Watson pulls the trigger up and over the rim. Ran down by Stevenson. All the way down the court to Prowse. No look pass into the corner. Big time swat. Watson denies Dutke. What a rundown there for Sammy Watson. We'll have to look at that one at the next break. Big time swat there. Looked like it was going to be a wide open look, and then you blink and it was not so wide open. Prowse plays it down low. Nelson and Halverson both grabbing for the Mavericks, and Nelson goes, oh wait, you're on my team, I'll let you have it. Halverson cannot quite make the shot. Falcon extends it out. Westy, one more pass into the corner. Mervick's three skips off the rim, hauled down by Watson. Top the key, extra pass again. Left wing three, Marley Falcon. It is good again. Her fourth three-pointer on the night for Falcon, as she's got 28 on the night. Prowse goes off a screen, wants another one. There's enough time, and another block from Sammy Watson. She's got another, but here comes Emily. Dutke skips off the rim. Zastapol trying to win the battle to it, but it's last touched by Mervick, and it will stay Dickinson basketball. With 5:44 remaining. Prowse on the inbound, lobs it up to Zastapol. Quick down into the paint. Halverson draws the foul on Sammy Watson. As we have the time, let's take a look at the latest Watson block. We'll have to show the highlights at the end for the other one, but here's the one at the top of the key, right after her rundown block, just maybe a moment or two before then. As Halverson. In our replays brought out by Ryan Family Dealership, 50 years. Ryan's been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory. DriveRyan.com. Visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and in Williston. As Halverson goes 1 for 2 at the trip. She's got 6 points tonight. 76-38, Sabres lead. Mervick looks down low. Top of the key to Westy. Back to the left to Mervick. Try to shimmy and shake around Fisher. Now Mervick keeps it in right before it's about to touch the black line. Nice little move there. Tries to create separation, but plays it off for knee, and it goes out of play. Mervick's checked in, trying to find that spark off the bench. And again, moments like this is where you kind of create this depth for if you're Legacy. I mean, postseason, we're going to see a lot of great action. There's I think it's going to be a lot of close games potentially inside of the WDA tournament when we get to that point in Bismarck. And I think depth is going to be a key way to try to punch your ticket to state, be one of your top 4 qualifiers in the West. Rodakowski finding a lane, pitches it out. Nelson to Fisher. Fisher works to her right, works to the baseline, taken away by Lucas. Lucas slams on the gas pedal. Drives in. Mervick thought about the 3. Gets Fisher in the air. The pump fake and the floater for Mervick. Nice look for Haley Mervick. And just like that, she is the latest Legacy Sabre in the score column. Showing that depth tonight. I think it had, was it 8 in the first half? 8 different Sabres that picked up a point in the first half. They've got 9 in the game with the addition of Mervick as Fisher draws the foul. Fisher hard off the iron. That's her first miss at the charity stripe tonight. She's 4 for 5 there, made her first 4 attempts to the young freshman. Got that right toe right on the line. Sending this one, swirls out. Halverson poked it away from the pack of Sabres, but Dickinson could not quite get there. Westy well defended at the right, tries to work to the left. Quick pass, no one home, and out of play. As Fisher on the inbound. As Nelson walking it up. Quick settle and a 3 for Reese. Ryder checks in, makes the immediate impact. Like watching Reese in the couple minutes she plays every night, because when she comes out swinging. Big quick impact there from one downtown. Rodakowski lays it out to Jenna Nelson. I believe there on the latest, had to look at the entire roster sheet. Was not on the varsity roster sheet, but is suited up. I believe it's Nora Burgard there for Legacy. As Nelson and the Mavericks started getting it raining from downtown. A back-to-back threes for DHS. As Nelson, after hitting her second one from downtown tonight, she'll check out, and checking in is Madeline Rudolph. Mervick, left wing. Tries to get it down to Burgard. Burgard loses the handle. Rudolph still battling for it with a big smile on her face as it played onto the right side of the court. Torski to Merkel, loses it out of play. Rudolph went for that loose ball against Burgard, and all you see was just a big smile. That's what you like to see. Just having fun on a basketball court here on a Tuesday night. Mervick leaves one short. Cross-court pass, set it up, let it fly for Torski. Off the rim, Fisher, as she's kind of tipping out of play, trying to get rid of it, could not, and she'll be the last one to touch it. Got a new pack of Sabres out there. Not sure what the plural form of Sabres is. I think pack sounds about right. As looks like that's Esley Torski. Well, I don't know if I actually have a 32 on even the extended roster. If that was 32, if I'm seeing it right, yes. Just not sure who that is checking in. Don't have a 32 on it. As Ryder plays it down. Halverson, good spin move, brought down by Burgard. Morin's pass, trying to extend it out. Just goes a little too long for the intended target and out of play. Rudolph will walk it up for the final minute. 78-44, Sabres lead. Rudolph off the screen, settle in, right wing three, off the rim, ran down by Polens, gets the board. Now she'll race to the top of the key, hand it off. Halverson lets it fly off the rim. Another rebound for Rudolph. She'll pivot around, and a tough look for Rudolph for two. For Reese Ryder. Not for Rudolph. Ryder gets the two. Ryder with a swat. Ryder getting it done on both sides. With 21 seconds remaining here in this one. Ryder's checked in, 5 points and a block. 15 seconds on the board. See if Dickinson just tries to draw something up for some of these young guns. Ryder into the corner. Thought about the three. Ryder to her left. Off the left of the rim, hauled down by Legacy, and that is going to do it for this one as Legacy picks up their 11th win on the season in a fashion of a 78-46 win against Dickinson. We'll talk about it when we come back on the Charbonneau Car Center post-game show.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. the morning drive home before kickoff, the drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
First game tonight in the books. Final score, Legacy Girls 78, Dickinson 46. As Legacy moves to 11-6 on the season, Dickinson drops to 3-14 as the Sabres go 8-6 inside the West region. Well, I'm Brock Widener joining you on the Charmin O'Carr Center post-game show. Let's wrap some stuff up. As we do, let's head on over to the game highlights. So we'll show some game highlights as we are rolling through these, but for Legacy, early on getting some steals, putting it in for some scores. The steals led to scores, and just really was able to get a nice momentum going, and I really like the court vision of these Legacy Sabres. It didn't really matter who it was. It was Maya Heeb, Ava Lucas, Marley Falcon, the Watsons. I mean, you can go on and on and on. But just the way they were able to find their teammates with backdoor cuts and just great passes led to success for Legacy tonight. Great defense as well, getting multiple steals and multiple blocks as a team, helping them in the right direction to pick up that win 78-46. For Dickinson tonight, well, they had a lot of different scores in the column here tonight, 9 different scores on both sides. For them, Jenna Nelson and Emily Dudke each had 7 6-point performances for Allie Stevenson and Evie Fridley. Then it was 5 for Reese Ryder, 4 for Tatum Fisher, 4 for Aaliyah Zastapel and Abby Prowse. There was 3 points for Claire Rodakowski. Then for the Legacy Sabres, it goes on to another 9 different scores in this one as Addie Dede picks up 2, as well as Haley Mervick and Marissa Merkel. Then Kenna Westy picked up 6, 8 points for Gracie Watson, 9 points for both Sammy Watson and Ava Lucas, 12 for Maya Heeb, and tonight their leading scorer as well as our Sport Clips MVP of the contest, as we'll show one more highlight and we'll set it back on over to get that MVP graphic by Sport Clips. Big thanks out to Sport Clips, but tonight's MVP is heading over to be Marley Falcon. None other than Marley Falcon, as she had a fantastic game on both sides of the court tonight. 28 points. That was a team high and a game high. She also found her mark from downtown. 4 3-pointers for Marley Falcon tonight. She was also perfect from the charity stripe and defensively picks up a block, a couple of steals. Also had some good setups to her teammates and just played an all-around great basketball game for the Legacy Sabres and helped them pick up their 11th win on the season. It was also a big win for head coach Jim Petrick, as it was his 300th win at the helm of Legacy. So congratulations there, Coach, as Legacy picks up the win, and they will head on over back at home later on the week on the 13th to take on Century. I believe that's on Friday. And then on the 20th, they got Mandan, Williston on the 21st, and they'll close out the season in the Magic City on the 24th against Minot. Dickinson drops to 3-14. They got Mandan on Friday night. We'll have coverage of that one on the PSP network. Then they've yet to got Bismarck, St. Mary's, and Jamestown. And then that'll be the end of their regular season for Dickinson. So regular season winding down, postseason nearing. But again, that's our final here tonight with Marley Falcon, our Sport Clips MVP. Here at the Charmin O'Carr Center post-game show. Let's head on over to the Valvoline Incidental Change pregame show as the boys, both teams receiving votes Gonna get ready when we return here on the PSP Network.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
It's a dapper-looking student section here tonight in the Queen City. Hey, they've got their best attire on here in the Queen City as two teams that have identical records face off toe-to-toe tonight. Legacy taking on Dickinson, both 11-5 overall. Both teams 9-4 inside the WDA, and the question at hand is what's on the clipboard here in the student section. But let's jump right in and let's take a look at the polls here for this week. And that's going to focus on your left side of your screen. Century remaining the number one team undisputedly, 16-0. Bismarck right behind him, 15-1. Horace 14-2. Davies moves up a spot to number 4. And a newly ranked West Fargo Packers in at number 5. And yes, that means Dickinson has fallen out of the top 5 in the media polls after a split week last week, lost to Century but defeated Minot, and the voters will just have them outside. But I know you only rank the top 5, but there's only 2 teams receiving votes. That's Dickinson and Legacy. So tonight, this is number 6 versus number 7 pretty much is how you look at it. And if you win tonight's game, you have to still take care of business in your second game later on Friday. But there's a good chance you could maybe find your way back in to that top 5 if you're Legacy or your Dickinson. So some indications there. And but I think the biggest indication here tonight is in the WDA standings. Because look at here, you got Century, you got Bismarck. They're driving away with the number 1 and the number 2 seeds. Obviously, that could be a switch if Bismarck defeats Century later on, and they could switch, but looks like those 2 are going to be top 2, depending any way you kind of cut it there. But here is kind of the battle for the 3 seed at the moment. Dickinson and Legacy both with 9-4 records, and Minot is 2 games behind. So right now, this is a big one here for a 3 seed, and a 3 seed means you kind of steer clear from the 1 seed. I know it's still pick your poison with Century and Bismarck. I don't think you want either one in the second round, and you're probably going to get one either way if you're Legacy or Dickinson, but that's just how it is. But maybe prefer to be that higher seed. Sometimes that's just kind of the preference. You want to be as high a seed as possible, but sometimes you never know. There's some cases where you would like to be like a 6 seed instead of a 5 seed, and little changes in there, depending on how the roster changes out. But then you got Minot in at number 5. Dickinson's going to be taking on Mandan on Friday night on the road. They're in at number 6. St. Mary's at 7. Jamestown, Minot North, both with 2 wins at 8 and 9. And Williston rounding out the pack. In the EDC, it's West Fargo Horace, West Fargo, Fargo Davies, and West Fargo Cheyenne in the top 4. A lot of West Fargo heavy there. Then it's Red River at a Grand Forks at number 5. Fargo South and North at 6 and 7. Shanley and Central rounded out in the East. Again, we're starting to get really close to that postseason time. I'm Brock Widener joining you on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. They're your locally owned oil change headquarters. 25 years, Lundeen's taking care of people. Local actually matters. Not to mention this oil change. Stay in your car, drive through oil change. Typically perform 15 minutes or less. You can find it in Minot and in Bismarck. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, we have talked a little bit about these 2 teams, and we'll start it off with the visitors. Starting off with Legacy, 11-5, 9-4 in WDA play. Coming off of a win against Jamestown, they won against the Blue Jays 83-42. Outshot them field goal percentage-wise, 54% to 36. And it was a big thing where Jamestown could not hit a 3. They did not make a single 3 in that game. Legacy won the transition point battle 15-2, as well as points off of turnovers 27-3, and just played an overall clean game, only turning the ball off 5 times compared to Jamestown's 20. But early on in the week, they fell to Bismarck 68-77. So a nice bounce back performance there against the Blue Jays last Friday. And now they'll take on Bismarck or Dickinson tonight. Let's meet your X Factor player of the game, player to watch tonight, and he is right there in the corner. And there it is, Jonathan Rubidou, the big man, has 21 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, right around 2.7 assists as well. he can also hit it from downtown. 21 threes, 74% from the charity stripe. But he can do it on defense as well. 30 steals, 4 blocks. His season high on the season, 34 versus St. Mary's. So Jonathan Rubidoux going to be a key player, not only behind the arc, but definitely inside the perimeter. Some players that were going to be key factors around him. The star quarterback on the football field, Brody Weigel, the 6'1 senior, averaging 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game, 21 steals. There is Brody Weigel on the season. Braxton Ruff, the senior's got 6 points per game. Jack Juleson's got 6, and Micaiah Berryhill is averaging 9. That's some Sabres to keep an eye on out. And now let's meet the Dickinson Mavericks. 11-5, 9-4 in WDA play, coming off a win against Minot, where field goal percentage was pretty much dead even, but points off of turnovers, 20-9, second chance points, 18-4. They also won the points in the paint battle against the Magicians, 44-22. That helped tip the balance in favor of Dickinson. Our spotlight player to watch tonight, well, he was our Sport Clips MVP, and he's right in the center of that huddle. It's Jordan Daychild, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game, 13 steals, 10 three-pointers on the season, and he's coming off a season high on Friday night, 13 points. And if you watch the post-game show after getting the Sports Clips MVP, he was very excited there for those honors, and it was well-deserved for Jordan Daychild. Look for him to make that spark. He was a constant spark there in that win against Minot, offense and defensively. He'll be joined there with Boston Cranston, and this is going to be a fun matchup because Boston Cranston and Jonathan Rubidoux are the top 2 scorers inside the WDA. So we've got could have a little bit of a battle here tonight, a little bit changing a buckets between Rubidoux and Cranston. Dylan Glauser coming off 11-point performance, 3 rebounds against Minot. He'll definitely be a key player, but trying to counteract Rubidoux's size, well, that's going to be Nate Stevenson, Mr. Double-Double himself, as well as Cameron Wolf, who's coming off a 14-point performance against Minot. So a couple players to see if they can try to go toe-to-toe with the big man for the Sabres. Let's meet the starting lineup for Legacy. Braxton Ruff, the 5'10 senior, averaging 6 points per game. He's joined by the football quarterback, Brody Weigel, 13 points. Jax Julesen with 6 points on the season, had 8 in his last game. There's Jonathan Rubidoux with a season-high 34, had 27 and 6 rebounds against Jamestown. And rounding it out is Micaiah Berryhill with 9 points per game. Well, let's turn off those lights and let's get the opening festivities crack-a-lackin' here for the Dickinson Mavericks. You even got the pom-poms glowing. You got the lights. And hey, why not? A little John Cena action to get us going. Starting lineup for the Dickinson Mavericks tonight. Our Sport Clips MVP on Friday night. It's Jordan Daychild, joined by the DSU football commit, Dylan Glauser, averaging 11 points per game. The top scorer inside the WDA, Boston Cranston, 24 points per game. Nate Stevenson, Mr. Double-Double, averaging 15 points, 10 rebounds. And rounding out the starting lineup tonight, Cameron Wolf, coming off a 14-point performance against Minot. Well, this is going to be a fun one because when these two teams faced off the capital city on January 6th, it was a 90-85 thriller in favor of the Mavericks. The Mavericks shot the ball better in that one. They were out-rebounded, which helped Legacy stay in it. So let's see what adjustments both these two teams make. A lot of smiles on both sides. I think everyone knows this is going to be a fun one, especially if it's anything like their matchup in January. Tip-off. Give it out to Rubidoux and the Sabres. Ball fake for Ruff. They'll spin it around to the top to Julesen. Julesen to Berryhill. Drives hard to his right, and there's a foul on the ground. by Jordan Daychild. Apologize here, a little bit of a scoreboard issue again. I think it's when the game switches over. Just have a little bit of issue here, so hopefully it should regain back up. Kind of has how it's been here the last couple of nights, so bear with us here. We'll turn it off for a second, but it should be hopefully coming back here in just a moment. But it's 0-0, 17-38 remaining here in the first. Ball fake there for Berryhill. Nice little move. Tough defended by Daychild. Will not matter as Micaiah Berryhill's got the early bucket. 2-0 Legacy, 17-23 remaining. Daychild working against Berryhill. Lobs it up to Cranston. Defended by Weigel. Gets him in the air. Won't pull the trigger on the three. Thought about a second three. This time drives to his left. It's Boston Cranston with the lay-in. 2-2, 17 minutes remaining. Rubidoux down low, rough, lets it fly, swirls in and out. Handled well there by Stevenson. Here's Cameron Wolf with a three of his own. Count it for Cameron Wolf as the Mavericks got 5. They lead 5-2. Ball goes all the way down to the other end. It would have been backcourt violation if Weigel would have touched it first regardless. And Dickinson will start off with a basketball. They'll have it here on their own side. As Cranston says, I'm just going to shoot one here. Brushes off the front of the rim, thought about just wanted that big time three, and here comes Rubidoux, and Cranston jumps the route, and there's the foul. So foul there on Cranston after he picked up his first bucket on the night. 5-2, 16-18 remaining. And Rubidoux gets the first one to connect. Jonathan Rubidoux, again him and Cranston sitting 1-2 inside the WDA in scoring. Cranston just above him. And here's Cranston right on cue, poked away by Weigel. Was kept alive in play by Berryhill, but he is the last one to touch it. As 5-4, Mavericks lead, 16-10 remaining. Glauser into Cranston, gets Weigel, moving away from him, fires the three. Wolf comes down with the basketball. Now quick pass into Stevenson, grabbing him on the arm as Berryhill. Berryhill grabbed him on the arm for his first. As Glauser lobs it up to the top. Cameron Wolf hits the brakes, pivots around. Stevenson at the left wing. Stevenson to Daychild in the corner. Climb the ladder to go get it. He's going to race his way out of the corner. Hands it off to Stevenson. Head-on collision with Berryhill, who draws the foul. After taking a foul earlier, now Micaiah Berryhill will get this one right back. So Berryhill taking one for the team. Was always my favorite play to make as a basketball player. Just take a charge, energize your team, and give your team back the basketball. Head fake there for Kraft. Cutting, Weigel, and right back the other end for an offensive foul. Cranston going down hard off ball. And this one on Weston Kraft. Cranston shuffles to the right. Finding Wolf at the top, handing it off to Glauser. Glauser picks up a screen. Back to Wolf. Stevenson, three-pointer, swirls in for Nate Stevenson. Julson, big hop step in the corner. He's pestered, rough. Extra pass, Kraft, foot on the line. Would have been a long two. It went through the hands of Daychild. Allows Julson to Rubidoux to capitalize for two. Daychild thought he had that one cleaned up, but it goes through the mittens into the hands of the Sabres. Cranston driving off the glass and in. Boston Cranston's gotten the Mavericks up 10-6, 14:32 remaining. Here in the first half, 10-6 ball game. Rubidoux slings it over. Ruff, left hand, can't quite get it, just off of the back of the rim. Stevenson pushing tempo. Daychild loses the ball, and out of play it goes. Tatum Bollinger will check in for Tristan Orton. There we go, got the scoreboard back up. Thanks for bearing with us. I just had a couple of scoreboard issues just to start the games, but hey, once the game's been going on, knock on wood, it's been a clean and green after that. Rubidoux works the baseline, off the glass and in. Well, Rubidoux said, hey, I'm 6'8", no one's taller than me, I'm just going to use my size to advantage. Cranston says, oh, I can use my body too. Nice spin move for Cranston, can't get the roll. Who's it last touched on? Bollinger sailed in, and it was last touched on Kraft. And that's what Bollinger brings to the table. And Legacy's coach was talking to Bollinger and said, did you touch it? And Bollinger, with a big smile on his face, said, no. Hey, play the part even if you did. Just act like you didn't. As Bollinger to Stevenson. Stevenson slings it out to Bollinger, fires a three. Wouldn't that have been a kind of a storybook play there? Chatting out with the opposing coach, and then buries a three, but just could not quite get it to hit. Julson spinning around, finding Kraft, pump fakes a three, stumbling around, and it's Bollinger that takes the charge. Let's see it here on the Ryan Family Dealership. Instant replay. Here comes Bollinger, sees Kraft sailing in, sets the feet, takes it for the team. Nice sequence for Bollinger. Sails in, forces Kraft, the last one to touch it on one end, and then takes the charge from Kraft on the opposite end. Stevenson hands it off to Boston Cranston. 10-8 basketball game. Mavericks lead by 2. Stevenson fights through a double team, gets it to Glauser. He nails it at the top of the key. Dylan Glauser. Rubidoux into the corner. Pass batted away, finds its way to Weigel. Big hop step, extra pass, corner three. Dribbles on the rim for Cooper Johnson, brought down by Stevenson. Mavericks have numbers. Stevenson slicing through the defense. And a last touch there by Legacy. I think that might be a foul too. Heard a whistle. Yes, indeed. They're on a push. They'll call that one on Weigel, his first. Nice play there by Stevenson, though. Seeing the Legacy defender set up for a charge, and he says, I'm just going to hop step around you. Cranston. Nice spin, back to the left, off the window and in for Boston Cranston. Cranston's got 6 as the Mavericks starting to pull away. They've scored the last 5. They lead 15-8, 12:26 remaining in the first half.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner for commercial and business loans. We not only provide lending you need to grow your business, but we also reinvest in our communities. We believe in strengthening our businesses and creating opportunities for success. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for your commercial and business loans, and together let's keep our communities thriving.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Welcome back in. Student section having some fun on a Tuesday night here in the Queen City as their Mavericks lead 15-8 here against the Sabres. It was back and forth, but it's Dickinson that has found some rhythm to try to start pulling away. Timeout was taken by Coach Jason Horner. Seeing if they can turn it right back to their side. Get back into this ball game. Pump, fake, and drive for Schmidt. Lobs it down to Rubidoux. Orton sails in. Foul, count the bucket for Jonathan Rubidoux. Rubidoux has 6 or 8 points, 6 from the field, and he's perfect 3 for 3 at the charity stripe. 9 for Rubidoux. Jumping the route is Josh Link as he hits hard. Falls down awkwardly there on the bench, avoids some young fans. But looks like he's okay, jumps back up onto his feet. Love to see the effort, though, there for Josh Link. Glauser finding the lane, hits the brakes on Link. Now back to the gas pedal, spins away. Wolf, top of the key, ball fake. Now directing traffic on the right side of the court. Cranston, hesitation move, getting both Sabres in motion. Tough defense by Johnson, but a nice little jab step creates separation. Glauser sails in. Who's it last touched on? They'll say Johnson. Legacy can't believe it on their sideline. Jason Horner's got his hands on his head as he feels that Legacy had 2 different chances where they thought Dickinson had this last one to touch the basketball, but it's been called Dickinson basketball both times. As Leeson spins to his right. Paxton Leeson fans on getting the ball away. Now he's doubled up by Johnson, and there is a jump ball. Again, a new element to Paxton Leeson's game, the more of the drive and trying to use his body in the paint. Used to seeing him kind of be the 3-point shooter. So possession arrow favors Dickinson, so stay right here with the Mavericks on the left side of your screen. Bounce pass to Orton. Pivots, tried to pivot around, but when he took that extra little jab with his left leg, it went out of bounds, and it turns it right back to Sabre basketball. 11:30 remaining. Both teams at 4 team fouls in a 4-point basketball game. Johnson to Berryhill. Weigel looked over, and now we'll get it to Schmidt. Back to Weigel. Well defended, extra wide open man. Johnson, Berryhill, nice passing for Legacy, making Dickinson pay. Berryhill with the 3-point look, but here's Leeson flying in for the response. Dickinson said, we're just going to quickly get back and make you pay for it. Right back up by 3. Berryhill fakes the handoff, settles in at the right elbow. Weigel, head fake, hands it off to Schmidt. Tough pass over the heads of a couple Mavericks, and it's Wolf that takes it away. Leeson lost his handle on trying to get to Bollinger, and Berryhill right back in possession of it. Weigel at the Maverick logo. Nice chest pass to Schmidt in front of the Maverick bench. Drives in, switches to his right hand. High off the glass. Cooper Johnson cleans it up. And the Sabres within 17-16. Cranston will be checking at the next stoppage. Big hop step for Stevenson. And a foul on the ground. Stevenson coming in for the Mavs, as well as Jordan Daychild. Looks like Leeson and Bollinger are migrating out to the bench. Jonathan Rubidoux. Braxton Ruff, and looks like Jack Juleson back into the contest. Glauser. Tough bounce pass there to Stevenson. He's trapped by 3 different Sabres. Kick it out. Wolf pulls the trigger on the 3. It swishes in for Wolf. That's Cameron Wolf's second 3-pointer. Berryhill to Rubidoux for 2. The quick answer back for Legacy. Cranston finds it to Wolf. Hits the gas pedal on Rubidoux, and there's a nice look. It's been the battle in the paint here in these last couple of moments. Rubidoux, Wolf putting it on full display for their teams. Mavericks lead 22-18.
Dear valued customer, I'm Jared Lundeen, owner of Trusted Tire and Auto. Around here, winters can be long and roads can be rough. That's why you deserve a reliable partner. We carry premium tires installed by our certified team of experts, and our total car care covers it all, from brakes, transmissions, diagnostics, and more. And trust, we know it's built through real local connections, even small things, like a handwritten thank you. Choose us for trusted service that goes the extra mile. Sincerely, Jared.
Welcome back in. Mavericks lead 22-18, 9:48 remaining here in the first half. As Jonathan Rubidoux, Cameron Wolf trading some buckets right before the timeout break. Brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. You can find them online at FIBT.com. As Weigel inches to the right side, swings it out. Juleson to Rubidoux, into the paint, going again. Stevenson works to his left, well defended. Foul on the offense for Legacy. They'll call that one on Ruff on the offensive foul, his first, team sixth. And that sends the Mavericks just one away from bonus free throws. The next Sabre foul. Stevenson to Cranston, takes off to his left. Plays it to the top of the key, a three for Glauser. All the Sabres are following the basketball, allows Cranston to clean it up on the rebound and swat away by Rubidoux. They had Legacy on skates, and they were all going the same direction and allowed the Mavericks to kind of just get another offensive look and try to get a second chance point. Wolf separates, fires another three. Cameron Wolf's got three from downtown. 11 points, 3 trays. A great start for Cameron Wolf. The Concordia commit, Rubidoux. High off the glass and in. Again, these two have had a response for each other, Rubidoux and Wolf. Glauser sails in, and it's a foul on the ground on Berryhill. Berryhill's taken already one charge. This will not be called one. Seen a couple of charges taken on both sides here already in the first half. Both teams being aggressive. As Ruff checks out, checking back in, Josh Link. Tatum Bollinger will check in for Cameron Wolf and give Dickinson's big man a breather. As Glauser makes his first on the bonus, 26-20 with 8:34 on the board. Up by 6. Again, these two teams played each other in January. It was a 5-point basketball game where Dickinson won 90-85. We're already getting some of those fireworks early on in this one. Dickinson up by a touchdown. Link zigzags up the court, continues. Now flips it out to Juleson. Ball past the Berryhill. A little bit of a jab step. Now back into the corner. Juleson working against Bollinger. Finding Rubidoux. He's going to be doubled up. That means Juleson wide open for three. Skips off the rim. Glauser avoiding to have that ball played off of him. And now he'll jet past Link. Send it out to Stevenson. And a charge taken by Berryhill. That is Berryhill's second charge taken. I think Berryhill's got 2 charges and 2 fouls, and his 2 fouls have been trying to take a charge. So Berryhill could have 4 charges or 4 fouls, but he's got 2 of apiece here in the first 10 minutes of the ballgame. Hey, but trying to buy your team an extra possession, that's what's all it's about, especially when you have 2 teams with identical 11-5 matching records. Rubidoux swatted away by Cameron Wolf. Cranston playing it to Wolf. Hits the gas pedal, tries to switch. It's going to say it's last touched by Rubidoux. Rubidoux definitely thought that was going to be on Dickinson. He was a little shocked there by the call there by the referee. Bollinger, gas pedal. He's trapped, tries to fight off Link, but it will be a jump ball. And that will change the possession arrow. Flip it to the opposite side as it will be Legacy basketball with 7:27 remaining. Link to Rubidoux. Now here goes to Juleson. Spin move, trying to free himself away from Bollinger. Settles in at the low block. He's got the size advantage if he uses it, and he does. Jack Juleson's got his first bucket on the night to bring it within 5, the gap. Bollinger, one of the probably the shortest player on the court, was defended by the tallest player on the court, and Rubidoux there for a second. Glauser works out of the corner, zips it to Wolf. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wolf spinning around. Nice bounce pass, slices through Daychild, and he is adamant that it was last touched by a Sabre. The refs agree, but it means 5 seconds on the shot clock for Dickinson. They're going to have to hurry to get this one up and going as soon as they inbound it. Glauser, top of the key to Wolf. NBA range and then some three off the front of the rim, brought down by Rubidoux. And Dickinson will flee back to play defense. Caleb Pollins will check in for the first time off the bench at the next stoppage for the Mavs. Link. Bounce pass taken away by Wolf. He looks up. Cranston and the Mavs have numbers. Here comes Glauser, left hand layup. What a transition bucket there for the Mavericks. 29-22. 6-10. Schmitz checked back in, Link, and Cranston got a battling there as Cranston poked it and it went into the opposite side. Link was just fine with that on a roll out of bounds, so he's just trying to fend Cranston away from getting to that ball. Cranston was not going to go away with it without a fight. It'll be last touch by the Mavericks regardless, but like the hustle effort there from the senior guard for the Mavs. I think like the box out effort there for the sophomore guard for the Legacy Sabres, Rubidoux. Spins around, had possession on Wolf, can't get the finish, gets his own rebound. Second look not going to go, and Wolf able to tip that one in the direction of Pollins on the second chance. Glauser. His pass defended well by Schmidt. He had Cranston in the corner, but Schmidt with both hands directs it away and out of play. 5:37 remaining before the Charbonneau Car Center intermission show. Bollinger finding Cameron Wolf. Bollinger going to set him a screen, a little pick and roll, but it's defended by Johnson. He steals it away, flipping it to Schmidt. Rubidoux at the top. Slicing in. Weigel for a three-point try for Kraft, in and out. Just a little over 5 minutes to go now. 29-22, still a 7-point Maverick lead. Glauser uses his speed, can't get the left hand layup. Trying to extend the arm out there off the side of the rim. Rubidoux wide open down low, but a travel before Johnson could get the pass to him. I think it was one of those things where you see Rubidoux, the 6'8" senior center wide open, and you're like, oh, why is he that wide open? And then you kind of hesitate a little bit to try to fire it to him, and you took that step, and it's a travel. As Dickinson gets bailed out of a couple of Legacy Sabre points on that turn of events. Bollinger on a collision, but finds it to Glauser. Cranston, left wing three. Can't get the roll. Pollins sails in hard and takes down Zins with them, and that will be a foul on Pollins and the Mavericks. 6-team foul for the Mavericks. So one more will send Legacy into bonus. Foul's pretty similar right now, 7-6. As Bollinger comes away with the steal but steps out kind of simultaneously right at the same time. He was already on the tightrope. As that ball kind of just went right into his chest, nothing he could do about it. As Legacy on the inbound. Weigel pulls up, fires a three, strong on the three-point attempt. Orton brings it down, pushes it up to Pollins. Here's this quick change of speed for the bench players for Dickinson, and it ends at the result of Pollins going to the line. Caleb Pollins, when he checks in, he can just provide that speed change. He's so athletic, good football player for Dickinson this year. Gets the first one to go. It was just a fun wide receiver core for that team. You had Leeson and Glauser's the 1-2 punch. Then Pollins could have a big play, so could Ethan Luna. All four of those players just mentioned on the basketball team as well, as Polans goes 1 for 2, extends it to an 8-point lead for the Sabres. Weigel calling for the play. It's the quarterback for Legacy's football team. It's a fun run for them this year. Micaiah Berryhill, right wing three, off the back of the rim. Good boxing out for Leeson as him and Johnson hit the deck. Cranston works to the paint, works to his left. Contested shot in the paint, won't matter. Cranston gets it to kiss off the glass and in. An immediate foul for Dan Clauser as he's got his team up by 10, 32-22, 4 minutes remaining before half.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
At Badlands Pet Crematory, we understand that pets are family. Unlike other crematories in the area, we are the only dedicated pet crematory that offers private individual cremation. One pet at a time, 100% guaranteed. From start to finish, we personally handle your pet with the utmost care, ensuring that you receive only your pet in return. Choose Badlands Pet Crematory, because saying goodbye should come with certainty and trust.
32-22, Dickinson calling the latest timeout, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust, as they're up by 10, 3:49 on the PNC National Bank scoreboard. Micaiah Berryhill has it in the corner. Looking down low to Rubidoux, battling against Wolf, left hand, swirls around the rim but won't go in. Legacy could not quite get to the break there. Wolf getting a step on Rubidoux, sails in Cameron Wolf for two. Cooper Johnson catching the Mavericks, sleeping on the other end, and Wolf will pay the price as he will have a foul tagged to his name. We'll have a lot of action on the PSP network tonight. Just got a score finalized. Number 1, South Prairie Max. Number 1 in the land in Class A, defeating Turtle Mountain 75-63. Johnson in and out. As Abby Mickelson led the Royals with 20 points for their 18th straight victory there for South Prairie Max. Big reason why they are number 1 team there in Class A. Also, final score, Bismarck High defeats St. Mary's 86-43 in the boys' game. As here comes Cranston flying in, and it's Berryhill on a foul. Or no, excuse me. I want to see what. Yes, it is. So, yes, Berryhill on his foul. It's actually his second. I thought he already had 2, but no, that's his second there. And as we talked about it, he's already forced 2 charges, but he's now taken 2 fouls on trying to get another charge attempt. Willing to sacrifice the body for his team. Cranston goes 1 for 2, builds the lead up to a dozen. 35-23, 3:13 remaining. Weigel hands it off to Rubidoux. Johnson in the corner, too strong, up and over the rim, loose ball. Polans gets there as it poked by Johnson. Glauser reels it in, Johnson all around him. Polans finding up to Cranston. Cranston always on attack mode, spinning around, dishing it out in the corner. Leeson 3 off the back of the rim. Berryhill wanted to push tempo the other way. Weigel slows it down for a second. Rubidoux back on attack, switches to the left hand for Jonathan Rubidoux. What a back and forth battle here between these 2 teams. As Legacy back within 10. Leeson hard to the rack and 1 for Paxton Leeson. Rubidoux's got 15. Wolf's got 13. Your point leaders for your respective teams as Leeson gets the bucket. He's got 4 tonight. Goes for the end one. Won't go his way on that one. As the score will stay a dozen, 37-25, 2:21 remaining before the half. Rubidoux flips it up to Juleson, back to Rubidoux. Quick off a Weigel, rolls off his foot. Friendly right on the roll to Jackson Jordan for 2. Jordan checks in, gets a quick bucket to go his way, and Glauser with the response. Anytime Legacy can get a bucket, it's quickly answered back by Dickinson. Jordan finding Rubidoux at the free throw line and a travel. He had the pump fake, his feet moved before he went to go and try to attack Wolf there. As Cameron Wolf finding something on the court, he'll clean it up, throw it on towards the side, and he'll set the screen for Cranston. Poland's pressured by Berryhill. Leeson, nice spin move for Paxton. Leeson skips off the rim. Berryhill comes down with the board. He flashes his speed. 3-on-2 break for Legacy. Rubidoux to Juleson. And now they'll slow it back up. Weigel sees Cranston jump the route. Euro step into the paint. Left-hand finish for Cranston. As Dickinson pulling away, 42-27. Rubidoux works to his right. Cranston tried to flash as a double team help, but just a tick too late, and Rubidoux puts it through the nylon. 42-29. Will Dickinson go for the old 2-for-1? 48 seconds on the game clock. Cranston fires a 3. That one's silky smooth for Boston Cranston. Now you go for a 2-for-1 the other way for Legacy as the time's still on. Well, looks like that's going to wind down now. 30 seconds on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. Rubidoux, count the bucket and the foul. Jonathan Rubidoux. He's got 19 of the Sabres' 31. He's trying to will them into staying alive in this game. Get a 5-point game when these two teams met earlier on in January this season in the capital city. As Rubidoux, why not make it an early 20 piece for him? Brings it within 13. 12 seconds is what Dan Glauser has just shot it out. So expect the green light at 12 seconds to get the play going. Till then, we'll see probably Cranston just dribble it around at the top of the mountain. 12 seconds as shown. Cranston takes a screen from Orton. Flips it down to Orton. Orton pivoting it around. Was too close to the rim. 5 seconds the other way. Johnson sailing in is Rubidoux. Orton finds it, flips it all the way down the court, and that will be it for the first half of play. The Dickinson Mavericks lead 45-32 in the battle of the teams that have identical records against Legacy tonight. At 45-32 through 1, we head on over to the Charbonneau Car Center halftime show when we come back here on the PSP Network.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Breathe in. I can't believe I wrecked my car. There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Dear valued customer, I'm Jared Lundeen, owner of Trusted Tire and Auto. Around here, winters can be long and roads can be rough. That's why you deserve a reliable partner. We carry premium tires installed by our certified team of experts, and our total car care covers it all, from brakes, transmissions, diagnostics, and more. And trust, we know it's built through real local connections, even small things like a handwritten thank you. Choose us for trusted service that goes the extra mile. Sincerely, Jared.
Welcome back in as we welcome you into the Charbonneau Car Center halftime show. Charbonneau Car Center, they know drivers in Dickinson, New England, Richmond, Belfield, Wilson, North Dakota, and Glendive. Montana, work hard, play hard, need a car that keep up. That's why they choose to offer Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram lineup their dealership in Dickinson. If you're interested in learning more, stop into their showroom and treat yourself to a test drive. Visit them online at charbonneaumotors.com. Well, first half saw some back and forth action to start, but then it was Dickinson that started to pull away. We saw some nice back and forth battles. It was Rubidoux with Wolf for a while, and Rubidoux and Cranston were trading buckets back and forth. But for Legacy, I mean, they've got to start trying to find someone else to start kind of clicking a little bit tonight. You see Jonathan Rubidoux clicking on the offensive end. They're trying to see if they can find someone else to kind of follow suit with him, as everyone else has been really held in check so far. Let's look at scoring. Jack Julesen with 2 points, as we'll throw in some game highlights here as we look through them. But Jack Julesen with 2 points. Micaiah Berryhill's got 5. Cooper Johnson's got 3. And then Jackson Jordan's got 2. But they're 20 of the 32 for Legacy's stat sheet for Jonathan Rubidoux. For DHS, well, they got 6 different scores in at the stat sheet for them, and 3 of them already in double digits. Boston Cranston's got 14, 13 for Cameron Wolf. Dylan Glazer's got 10, and it's 4 for Paxton Leeson, 3 for Nate Stevenson, and Caleb Polans has netted a free throw. For Dickinson, it's been able just to kind of find the looks they've wanted to, and it's been a raining party, 3-point party downtown. Glazer's got 2 3-pointers. Cranston's got 1. Stevenson's got 1. And Cameron Wolf's got 3. So 3-pointers coming easy. 7 3-pointers already in the net for DHS compared to 1 for Legacy. But a good thing, kind of a positive here for Legacy is getting to the free throw line. If they can continue to hit the free throw line, they're hitting it at a nice percentage right now, as they have netted 5 of their 6 attempts. See if this one starts making their way, starting to come a little bit as this one starts, if the gap continues to close in, look for free throws. Could be a big difference maker in favor of the Legacy Sabres. For Dickinson, it's trying to find an answer, though, for Jonathan Rubidoux. How are you going to slow out his production inside the paint tonight? He's been able to kind of move in at will once he's been able to get down to the low block. They were able to defend him a few times very well, but it's just then he makes that adjustment of what he's going to do with the basketball, and so it's trying to see if you can try to slow out his production, or maybe play that game of, hey, we're fine with him going off tonight, putting up 40 points. If he's one of the only guys that are scoring tonight, you lock down all the other fronts. So it's going to be a nice little chess match from these two coaches here in the second half between Jason Horner and Coach Dan Glauser. Be interesting to see what adjustments are made for these two teams, but some very fun performances to watch already here tonight. Already 4 players in double digits through the first 18 minutes of play. Well, second half, that's coming your way when we come back right here on the PSP Network.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to... Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms, and watch for next week's Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in.
Player Performance of the Week brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. There's our nominees for this week. Make sure you go and vote on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Riley Rutledge out of South Prairie, Morgan Schneider for Central McLean, and Bishop Ryan's Hayden Say, Century's Garrett Nisley, and St. Mary's Matea Messer are nominees for Player Performance of the Week. And make sure you comment below on the original post on our socials at PSP Network. Jumping it around is Jack Julson. He comes away with a steal. He's sailing in, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Legacy. A quick early bucket for them. That's going to be the name of the game to try to work back in. They want to go on this early run. They don't want to try to come back from double digits in the final minutes. As Micaiah Berryhill, great boxing out. He's brought a lot of energy here tonight. He'll shuffle one on to Rubadu. Good passing around the perimeter. Goes all the way right to left. Rubadu to Julson. Firing a three, and Jack Julson has come out firing. He's got the Sabres' first 2 buckets of the second half, and he's got them within single digits. Cameron Wolf, though, tough look in the paint. 15 points for Cameron Wolf. Julson got at the right wing as they advance. He's going to get almost trapped in the court by Wolf. He finds his way out. Reverse layup. Well defended. Berryhill tries to spike it off Wolf, but it will not. Pinball off him. A throw all the way down the court from Wolf to Daychild for 2. Daychild was our Sport Clips MVP on Friday night against Minot with a season-high 13. That's his first bucket here tonight. And Micaiah Berryhill answers. He's got 7. Like the performance of Berryhill tonight on both sides of the basketball court. Here comes Stevenson, who's been relatively held in check tonight. And he'll drive hard to the hoop, 51-39. Both teams trading buckets here early, and Legacy wanting to talk things over. As we'll stay right here with you, a big thanks out to our great sponsors, BSN. BSN creates exclusive personalized solutions for North Dakota high school collegiate programs. Custom equipment, uniforms, coaches apparel, brand wear, fan wear, and more. They do it all. Contact your local BSN sales pro today. Western North Dakota sales pro, Scott Woodmansey, Greg Foster, Naomi Miradol, Nate Zachman, and sales manager Joe Cattell. Also, thanks out to Farstead Oil. Contact Farstead Oil today to find out how their skilled sales team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricants, and DEF needs. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, Western Minnesota since 1938. Committed to outstanding customer service and reliability. Farstead Oil. Again, make sure you get in on the PSP Plus giveaway because it's game day done right as postseason. Hey, we're the home of it right here. PSP Network, 15 different tournament coverage game, or 15 different tournaments. Make sure you follow us at PSP Network. Like our post, tag 2 friends. You get bonus entry if you already purchased a Premier Pass. But giveaway items, 55-inch Amazon Fire TV, PSP Premier Pass for all 15 tournaments. And, of course, Planet Pizza, Galactic Pizza, a great giveaway there. Make sure you get in on it. Get 15 different tournaments we'll cover here at PSP Network. From hockey, the WDA hockey tournament, to a whole lot of basketball. Class B, Class A, as well as AA. The WDA tournament should be a lot of fun here in, it's already right around just a couple weeks' time. Can you believe it? Robidoux, he gets his own board. Then he'll run over Daychild and trying to double it up. He's probably already got a double-double tonight. We're keeping track of rebounds as he'll make his way back down the court to play some defense. That's his first foul on the night, and the first foul for the Sabres here in the second half. Cranston swings it out to Daychild. Looking down low, Stevenson working against Weigel. Going to get some help to Robidoux. Cutting in as Daychild almost lost his footing, but able just to push a pass out to Bollinger. Juleson tried to jump the route. Does find its way to Cranston, and he buries the 3. Boston Cranston's got 17. Ruff slings it over to Berryhill. Down low, Robidoux back to Berryhill. Working around the horn, left to right. Ruff looking down low. Now it works to the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Almost goes through the hands of Berryhill. He'll regain it. Working against Daychild. He slips down, and it's out of bounds. As Berryhill's trying to get a shot up, he fell backwards, and then when he kind of threw a shot up, and Daychild tripped over Berryhill. Looks like everyone's okay. It's been a fun matchup with Daychild and Berryhill. Two players that bring a lot of energy and speed to their both sides. Both play pretty good offense and defense. Nice find there from Cranston to Glaser for 2. Glaser's got double digits tonight. He's got a dozen. 56-39. Weigel over to Robidoux. Now pitch it back out to Weigel. He'll set his feet, fire the 3, rattles off the cage. Into the hands of Daychild, pushing tempo. Cranston, little reverse layup against the 6'8" Robidoux. Could not get it to fall. Try to get the rebound, but Robidoux outpowers him there. 14:28 remaining. Ruff to Berryhill. In the corner, off the rim, brought down by Cranston. All the way down the court, Glaser wide open. Can't get it to go. Stevenson gets the rebound, but swatted from behind by Ruff. Good track down defense there from the senior guard. Weigel to Robidoux, had positioning and gets the friendly roll. Robidoux at 20 in the first half. There's his first bucket in the second. We'll see some substitutions on both sides. Coming up, Cranston had the separation. NBA range 3, making it look easy. Boston Cranston. He's got 20. Ruff takes a peek down low. Now we'll get it to Robidoux, back to Ruff. Chest pass. Out to Weigel. Cranston gets his hand in the cookie jar, slings it out to Stevenson. Lays it up and in. Nate's got 7. The assist there going to Cranston on the steal and the assist. 61-41. Mavericks up by 20. Juleson spinning around, well defended by Bollinger. Spins back to his right, off the window and in. For Jack Juleson, who continues on a great start to the second half for him. He's got 9 in total. 61-43. Timeout taken. We'll take one with him.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
we check back in, big thanks out to Bones Barbecue Sauce, true North Dakota original, created bottled right here in North Dakota. Premium barbecue sauce, perfect on anything from ribs to burgers to even vegetables. Find it today at your local grocery store, Cash-Wise, Marketplace, and Family Fare. 61-43 coming out of the First International Bank and Trust timeout. Cranston, he's feeling it from downtown. He's making it rain left, right, and center. 3 3-pointers in the second half alone. Less than 6 minutes alone for Cranston. Rubidoux batted out of the air for Layson. Stevenson, spin move. Blocked away by Rubidoux. Here comes Poland, swatted down by Johnson. Now he'll get it back. Johnson's got Link with them. Pass was tipped away by Stevenson. Link hauls it in, leaves it short off the rim, and hauled in by Cranston. Leeson pushing tempo. Hits the brakes. Cranston thought about a three, splits through the needle, finding it to Bollinger, and it drops in for Tatum Bollinger. The vibes are high on the Dickinson side. They lead 67-43, and they're making it rain from downtown. 67-43. We head into another break.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Everything is dropping for Dickinson. Tatum Bollinger got the latest three as they have scored 4 3-pointers in the first 6 minutes in the second half. As Legacy trying to look for response. They play it out. Here comes driving in Kraft. Good bucket there for Weston Kraft. His first on the night. They've got their work cut out for them, but still plenty of time. And Legacy has plenty of star power to get back into this game. Leeson said, though, we're trying to see if this three ball's still hitting for us there. This one off the rim. A little strong. Leeson battling back forward. He'll poke it away and out of play. And Leeson battling hard in this one. Given the way his game has continued to evolve every single game as a junior. As Rubidoux getting in to a cutting Kraft, and there's a swat from behind by Cameron Wolf. Buckets going down easy for the Mavericks. Legacy right now battle for everything they can try to get right now as Dickinson doing everything to keep him off the scoreboard. Here comes Rubidoux to his left, well defended by Wolf. Wolf hits the gas pedal, spins around in the paint, off the glass, not going to go their way there. Pinball's off the rim. Nice find, Rubidoux swatted away by Cranston. He denies Aiden Schmidt. Here's Pullins on the other end. Was ran without the ball, now he'll get it back, find it to Leeson. Leeson thought about the three that he saw Wolf and ends up traveling on the play. Bollinger checks out. So does Cameron Wolf. Tristan Norton will check in with Nate Stevenson. As Johnson works to the baseline, he's cut off on a foul there on Orton using the body. It's going to be Orton's second off the bench here today. They'll lob it up to Rubidoux, trying to alley-oop, but it's blocked away again by Orton. Stevenson's got Pollins with them in transition. A block on the other end from Johnson. Out to block party. Cranston's got numbers. A 3-on-1. Gives it to Orton for the bucket. That's Tristan Orton's first pair of points on the day as they lead 69-45. Kraft to Johnson. A little head fake for Schmidt. Settling in at the left elbow. Josh Link goes off a Rubidoux screen, finding Johnson on a pump fake. Bobbling it is Schmidt. Finds the lane, drives in, gets a foul. Paxton Leeson, the guilty party. Just a couple ticks over 10 minutes to go. Dylan Glauser really checking back in for the Mavericks. A couple of substitutions for Legacy. Micaiah Berryhill coming up after this next shot, as Schmidt leaves that one short. Now we'll change it a couple more. Juleson, Weigel will come in. Rubidoux, Johnson, Link sit out. Also have a player coming in for the shooter. I believe that's Ruff here, but cannot quite catch a number as Schmidt goes 1 for 2, and yes, indeed, Braxton Ruff will come in for Schmidt as they work it down to a 23-point gap. See if Legacy starts to play a little aggressive on defense. They'll bring in this press. Inbound into Stevenson, working against Juleson. He'll set a screen. Orton finding a lane and a foul on the ground. Call that one on Weigel, his first. As Glauser into Leeson. Pestered well by Kraft. Leeson drives hard into the paint. Swings it around. Now back to Leeson where it all started. Leeson, ball fake, and there'll be a carry. Lost control of the ball. He'll carry that one on its way down. It'll give possession out to Legacy, seeing if the Sabres can try to take advantage. Weigel kicks it into the corner to Ruff. He'll zigzag his way to the baseline, finding Weigel in the near corner. Swishes through for Brody Weigel. His first bucket on the night comes with 9:26 in the ball game. Boston Cranston checking in at the next stoppage as Polans draws the foul on Berryhill. That will be his third. As Polans checks out. And they'll bring back in Cranston. Juleson pokes that one out of play. Jack Juleson, a really solid second half for him. Try to spark something for the Sabres. Glauser waves away. He wants the ISO. Goes to attack mode on the left. Into a double team. Leeson, top of the key, in his own zip code, making it splash. Paxton Leeson's got 7. As Glauser tagged with the foul immediately after the three-pointer for Leeson. That's Glauser's first. Juleson flips it to Berryhill, falls down, just going to quickly get a pass out to Weigel. Good chest pass, opposite direction to Kraft. Looking around the perimeter. Head fake by Berryhill, fakes the handoff. Now he goes to attack mode, switches to his left hand. Micaiah Berryhill for 2. Berryhill's got 9. Right around his season average for Berryhill. As Stevenson draws the foul on the ground. Again, Berryhill averaging around 9. Scored limited to 2 points against Jamestown on Friday night. Right back to that season average here tonight. 9 points, a couple of charges taken. Not a bad stat line there at all for Berryhill. As Cranston, corner 3, skips off the rim. Great box out there for Ruff, and now he finds himself trapped in a pair of Mavericks. And they'll say it's a offensive foul on Glauser. Glauser and Orton maybe got a little too aggressive down there to force the jump. Getting in on the hands. Berryhill moving off a Rubidoux screen. He sails in, and Berryhill's got double digits tonight. As Wolf, Daychild, Polans, and Bollinger all wait their turn to come back in. Cranston to Glauser, top of the mountain, swirls out. Ruff comes down with another rebound. Ruff to Kraft. Here's Rubidoux stepping in. Right wing three. Left off the front of the rim. Glauser patrolled the area. Boxing out. Kraft allowed Leeson to get the board. Stevenson spins around. Hard off the glass. Rubidoux takes a peek behind him as he hustles down the court. Finding Berryhill. Set the feet. Can't get it to swish through. End-to-end action. Here comes Cranston flying by Ruff and lays it in on the left hand. 23 points for Cranston. Berryhill. Bounce pass to Rubidoux. Misses the first one. He's fouled. Going back up for a second time by Glauser. As you head to the Sport Clips, or excuse me, the 24/7 emergency ServePro Reds or free throw line as trained technicians, advanced technology, fire, water cleanup, and restoration. It's ServePro. Rubidoux makes the first one. Rubidoux had 20 points in the first half alone. And held to just 3 here in the second half. As Rubidoux loves that one off the front of the rim. That was his first free throw miss on the night after netting his first 5 attempts. As Wolf off the glass and in. 76-54, 7:04 remaining. Pivoting around with it there was Jordan. Swing pass, Ruff. Pump fakes the 3. Gets it into a cutting Weigel. Jarred loose and out of play by Tatum Bollinger. The Bollinger, Wolf, Daychild, and Pollins have checked in to join Cranston. And it's Weigel, Rubidoux, and Swell as Link and Jordan. Weigel in front of his own bench. Can't get it to drop. Offensive rebound for Link. He'll just play that one out to the top of the key. Ruff is there. Can't get that one to go. Off the front of the rim. Here comes Cranston. Hits the brakes. Little step back. James Harden-esque for Boston Cranston. And that one drops. Wow, shades of Houston Rocket. James Harden there with a step back. What a shot for Cranston. Creates his own space and buries the 3. Wolf fakes the handoff. Going up against the size advantage against Wolf. He was trying to bait Rubidoux to come in. And as Rubidoux did start trailing in on to help on the double, and he slung it out to Pollins. There's a foul on the play. Ruff with his 3rd foul of the night. Both teams at 5 team fouls with 6:08 remaining in this ball game. Again, these two teams both came in with identical records, 11-5 overall, 9-4 in WDA play, and Cranston can't miss from behind the arc. A big-time 3 for Cranston. 6 3-pointers for Boston Cranston. Weigel plays it to Ruff. Nice little floater there for Ruff. Jordan Daychild getting position in the paint. Daychild's got another. He's got 4. 31 points for Cranston. Quick pass around. Link settles in, sets the feet, rattles in and out. Pollins shows his speed, jets forward, plays it to Bollinger. Bollinger stop and go, hits the brakes again. Wolf, 3-pointer off the rim. Link with the board. He'll slow things up, 84-56. Link finds a lane, but he loses the handle, swatted into the air by Pollins. Side shuffle for Daychild. Cranston, step back. That's his spot. Won't get it to go this time. As Bollinger gets his hand in the mix there in Rubidoux, but he'll gain possession, sling it down the other end. Nice bounce pass there by Jordan, trying to set up Ruff, but it goes out of play. $14 3-pointers as a team for Dickinson. 14 as a team. Cranston's got 6 of them. Glauser's got 2. Wolf's got 3. Just a team effort of making it rain downtown has been quite the difference maker tonight. Cranston comes away with the block, but they'll say got him on the arm on the way down. And Logan Bedsel will be checking in, much to the appreciation of the student section. I think was calling his name a couple minutes ago. As Weston Kraft off the back iron. As Daychild checks out with 4 points. And Bedsel will check in. All down by Cranston as Kraft goes 0 for 2. Stevenson. Hard to the rack, plays it out to Polans. Thinking to look for Bedsel for 3. This place would, probably the ceiling would go off. Time he hits a 3-pointer, it's a big deal as Bollinger fires a 3 off the back of the rim. Link going up against Bedsel. Spins it out, pump fake by Johnson, cutting his Kraft. Get out the bucket and the foul for Weston Kraft. She's right back to the charity stripe. Brought to you by ServePro. Big thanks out to Planning Team Financial Advisors, as well as Shots Crossroads, bringing you the coverage of tonight's basketball games. Count that as a successful 3-point play for Weston Kraft. He's got 5 points tonight for the visitors. 84 to 59, 3:58 on the board. Cranston to Bedsel. The fan favorite lets on a 3. That one off the rim and out. That was a look that they were probably looking for there. Here comes Johnson. Fouled by Bedsel, and there's an end one for Johnson. Just like Weston Kraft, who was just at the charity stripe. Now Johnson's got 5. As Aiden Schmidt will check back into the game for the Sabres. He'll come in with Ethan Geffrey for the first time. 3:44 on the board on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Johnson swishes it in. Back-to-back 3-point plays for Legacy. No quit in this Legacy team. It's just the 3-point party for Dickinson just built too big of a gap. The Legacy team thinking some momentum to potentially carry on to their next game on the schedule. They've got a big one. They've got a date with the number 1 team in the state, Century, on Friday night. Dickinson's got a trip out to Mandan on Friday. As Polans over to Stevenson at the top of the key. Works down to the right. Down into the paint. Bedsel fumbling with the ball there. He'll gain it in and get it to Polans. Polans pulling the trigger on a 3. Skips off the rim. Luna was waiting for it on the other end, but brought down by the Sabres. Zins, the little up and under razzle-dazzle. Stevenson. 40 or 20-point lead. Stevenson, hop step to Bedsel. Thought about the 3. Instead will drive to the baseline. Bedsel to Stevenson. Right wing 3 off the rim. Good boxing out by Johnson, keeping Cranston away from the scene. Zinn's extra pass, stepping into it. Schmidt off course. On the rebound for Polans. As timeout going to be taken by the Mavericks. They lead 84 to 64 on the path to their 12th win on the season. Let's take a break with them right here on the PSP Network.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Sometimes life gets messy, and accidents happen. Some days, even your best intentions turn into unexpected disasters. Other days, a little guesswork leads to a lot of cleanup. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Welcome back in 84-64, 20-point game with 2:26 remaining, and the teams that shared identical records coming into the game tonight. 11-5 overall as Luna in on the travel. Brand new crew of Dickinson Mavericks on the court. Luna with Lincoln Giese, Logan Bedsel, Caleb Polans, as well as Eli Ash. Geffrey plays it to Kraft. Good second half for Weston Kraft, especially in the last couple of minutes, as he's helping Legacy trying to chip away at this Maverick gap. 7 points for Kraft. Ash works it down low to Bedsel. Bedsel, pestered by a pair of Sabres, will step out of the pack with it as they poke the ball loose from him. Polans on attack mode, spins around to his left, leaves it short off the front of the rim. Kraft with the rebound. Johnson, jab step, looks down low, instead will play it to the top. They do get that look down low. Work it to the left hand, drawing the foul, Jake Link. And Eli Ash called on his first. We'll see Jesse Hammond check in here for Caleb Polans, as Jake Link's first. Not gonna fall, as Polans will end his day with 1 point. He hit a free throw early in the first half, as Jake Link's got a point as well now on the board, hitting a free throw for his team in the second half, 84-67. Bedsel stopped in his tracks, works it out to Ash. Back to Bedsel, they'll work it around. Handing off to Jesse Hammond, finding a lane. Hits the brakes, can't get it off the glass. Luna playing some tough defense here on Kraft in the final minute of play. Kraft to Geffrey, back to Kraft. Will give and go up and over the head of Kraft. He'll win the race back to it. Just push in the direction of Geffrey. His three-pointer off the mark. Hauled down by Hammond. He'll rainbow pass one all the way up the court to Luna. Luna feeds it to Bedsel, pitches it out. Lobbing it back to Bedsel in the paint. Ash, top of the key, three. Off the rim, held down by Link with 32 seconds remaining. Legacy looks like they'll get one more crack at it to try to change the end score. Can't change the end result, but can change that final score as Link, big hop step, finding it out. Kraft in and out, boxed out by Hammond. He'll dribble it up the court. And they'll let these last 10 seconds tick off the board as Dickinson, with an impressive win at home tonight, taking down Legacy in the battle of the 3 seed. The winner got the sole right to be the number 3 seed in the WDA, and it's the Mavericks that are going to walk away with it 84-67 here tonight. Let's wrap things up at the Charbonneau Car Center post-game show when we come back.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServePro's ready. Call ServePro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Welcome back in here at the PSP Network. Let's wrap things up here from the Queen City. An impressive showing here for the Dickinson Mavericks, 84-67 against the Legacy Sabres tonight. And we'll start talking a little bit about how this game has gone, and started off with some highlights. Let's show on your screen the highlights of this game as we talk about it. But in the first half, it was these trading of points between. Early on, it was Cameron Wolfe and Jonathan Robidoux. Then it was Jonathan Robidoux trading points with Boston Cranston. And eventually, Dickinson just showed out their depth and with 3 players in double digits in the first half with Glazer, Cranston, Wolfe. But then it was starting to be a three-point party. They hit 7 3-pointers in the first half, 7 more in the second half, and those 7 in the second half were all pretty much right away in the second half. Helped them really pull away from the jump. Legacy, no quit in those Sabres. They tried to find their way back into it, but the three-point party was just too much in favor of the Mavericks. And just to put in perspective, I know this isn't you don't win and lose a game by a 3-point differential by no means, but just to put out there, Dickinson had 14 three-pointers compared to Legacy's 3. So there's 33 points in favor of Dickinson in that 3-point swing, if you will. And again, just downtown shooting was their type of day. Tatum Bollinger picked up 1. Dylan Glazer had 2. 6 3-pointers for Boston Cranston. Paxton Leeson had a 3-pointer. Cameron Wolfe had a 3-pointer. So was that 5 different Maverick players with 3-pointers, and led by Cranston, who had 6 of them. So a very impressive day of deep range shooting for Dickinson, and their sharp shooting helped them pick up a big win tonight, 84-67, breaking them out of a tie for third place on the board there with Legacy. Now they move up to 12-5 on the record. Legacy drops to 11-6. Taking a look at scores tonight for Legacy, Braxton Ruff had 2, 3 for Brody Weigel. It was a 9-point night for Jack Juleson. Jonathan Robidoux had 23 points, 20 in the first half, and was limited to just 3 in the second. Micaiah Berryhill had 11 points and even forced 2 Dickinson charges in the first half. 7 points in a strong second half for Weston Kraft. 6 points for Cooper Johnson, 2 for Jackson Jordan. Schmidt had 1, so did Jack Link, and 2 for Griffin Zenz. Now for Dickinson and scoring for them, Boston Cranston led the way with 31 points, 6 3-pointers, 12 for Dylan Glazer. It was a 17-point night for Cameron Wolfe. Netting 7 was Paxton Leeson, 1 for Caleb Pollins, 2 points for Tristan Orton, 5 for Nate Stevenson. Then it was 4 for Jordan Daychild and 3 for Tatum Bollinger. So those were a couple of your highlights that were rolling through on your screen, and now let's put it on the board. It's time to give it to the Sport Clips MVP. They bring you the MVP of the matchup, Sports Clips, home of the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sports Clips. Tonight's Sports Clips MVP, well, that is going to Boston Cranston tonight. There you see him in the corner of your screen. Boston Cranston, 31 points tonight, 6 3-pointers, and his three-point shooting in the second half changed this game. He had 5 of his 6 3-pointers in the second half and pretty much rattled off the first 3 in the first, what was it, maybe 5-6 minutes of that second half. So Legacy was trying to get back into that game. They were down by 13 at the half to get some early buckets, but then it became Boston Cranston a three-point shooting party there in the early goings of that second half, and really helped Dickinson regain composure and drive away with this one. It's again final score 84-67. So Boston Cranston, congratulations, you're the Sports Clips MVP of the game. Well, let's see what's the road ahead for these two teams. Legacy, they will drop as we bring it on the standings here, as Legacy will stay in at number 4. Dickinson will break that. They had the tiebreaker advantage, but they will stay clear into the sole possession of 3rd now as they move in to 10-4 in conference play. And those are your look there at your standings. Dickinson will head out to Mandan on Friday night, and the Sabres have got Century at home. Well, now let's head on over and take a look at kind of what's coming up here. Postseason time right around the corner. You do not want to miss out on it. Postseason on PSP Plus. As again, single day $20, full tournament $34.99. Any tournament you're choosing, or you can get all 15 for $74.99. A lot of region tournaments, Class A, Class B, AA basketball, as well as WDA hockey. Again, your live broadcast right here on the home of it, PSP Plus. Make sure you also get in on that PSP Plus giveaway. 55-inch Amazon Fire TV, about around the $459.99 price there, tag on that. The Premier Pass, as well as a Galactic Pizza. Gets game day, and it's done right. So make sure you follow us on PSP Network. Like the post, tag 2 friends to enter into the drawing. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. Thursday, much more basketball coverage coming your way on the PSP Network. Big thanks out to our camera operator, Austin Rotz. A big thanks to him. Great job as always. Also, big thanks out to all of our great sponsors. Thank you for joining us here tonight in the Queen City. That's going to do it for myself, Brock Widener. We will see you again on Thursday for more high school sports action here on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.